What's up, guys? Mod here. Welcome into Monday Night Football alongside Josh Davis as Philadelphia travels on the road to beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida to take on probably the lone surprise undefeated team remaining in the National Football League, a rejuvenized Baker Mayfield, and listen, a pretty difficult defense. Very interesting test tonight here, Josh. Looking forward to calling it here with you.
Yes, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. And you made the point. I mean, it's interesting. It's a road game, but I saw on Twitter, I think that it was Jimmy Kimsky who had reported it's like, 59% of Eagles fans in the stadium. So it's a road game for the Eagles, but there's more Eagles fans apparently at this game. So, I'm excited. Everybody's pumped up. I love seeing all the photos from it. And obviously there's so much to look forward to as far as we heard James Bradberry is going to get the start at slot. We've got news with inactives, so I'm sure we're going to bring up the roster official tabs on that. But yeah, here we go. One team is going to end up walking away from this game no longer being undefeated. Hopefully it's the Bucs, but there's a lot to be seen for that, and certainly from the cornerbacks being able to stop Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
Speaking of inactives, let's jump right into some breaking news here. Couple of interesting stuff. Obviously, no Watkins, no McKee, no Scott, Steen, Ajomo, and Alberto. But how about number 31 on this list right here? 3 down from the top, Mario Goodrich, the slot cornerback who seemingly would be the guy in cases where James Bradberry would not play the slot if they were going to move him out outside and inside. He's inactive tonight, a healthy inactive, a healthy scratch. That tells you, I think, Josh, that James Bradberry is going to be your full-time slot cornerback tonight.
It does. It really does. And we've been talking about this on multiple shows. We both separately and together in the live shows as well. It's like, hey, this is a possibility, something that could happen as far as the matchups go. Now, again, long term, I don't think that any of us realize or think to this being, hey, this is what James Bradberry is going to play the rest of the season. However, if there's matchups that predicate it, and we have a few of them, certainly more than just a couple, that James Bradberry being in the slot against whether it's a tight end or a receiver who plays there mostly, it makes a whole lot of sense. And so, we've talked about it multiple times. I think it's great tonight. You've got the receivers like we mentioned, and Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, and even Cade Otton. I mean, if Cade Otton lines up in the slot, the tight end for the Bucs, I mean, that could be a mismatch, but if you put James Bradberry out there, I love the matchup there a lot more than what you'd have for the other options. So the question will be, and it sounded like it might have been on the tip of your tongue as far as Sidney Brown. Now, will he play a little bit of slot? Could he come in there? Because you mentioned Mario Goodrich is inactive. So who's your backup? I mean, if James Bradberry's not there, I don't think that you're putting Job there. I think Job is your option for outside corner, whether he plays there or if James Bradberry's in the slot. But if some other guy comes, does a Sidney Brown get a look? Does an Eli Ricks to get a look there? That's a question we're all wondering.
Well, listen, not to excite you too much, but I did just see a tweet from Jeff McClain saying Sidney Brown was lined up in the slot for the second team 11-on-11 walkthroughs that they do, where they kind of walk through plays and get ready on the sideline. So it will be Bradberry to start. Doesn't guarantee that Sidney Brown will get a play at the nickel cornerback slot, but you mentioned it. Something to keep an eye on here as we get rolling. Other news in terms of the roster: they have elevated Braden Mann. He comes from the practice squad into the punter situation. No shocker there. Only punter on the entire Eagle 90-man roster, or not 90-man roster, 53-man roster with the practice squad players. And how about Devin Allen? He has been elevated from the practice squad. He will make his NFL regular season debut tonight. You think he returns kicks?
I hope he does. Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you're going to activate him and just not use him there. We saw what he did in a brief moment in preseason, so please, I would love to see him returning kicks. I don't think we want to see Britton Covey, plus, you signed him and he's helping out because Quez Watkins is injured with a hamstring. Yes, if you activate him here, use one of the 3 games and you don't at least let him try one kick return or a punt return, I think it's a ridiculous decision. Why did you even bring him in the first place? So yes, I'm totally on board with that. We need some sort of spark. Boston Scott's out as well, so it just makes perfect sense. If we don't see it, I have no clue why you would have made that move.
There he is in pregame warmups, number 82, running out onto the field. I totally agree. He should get some run, right? And you play him until he makes a mistake. If he doesn't make a mistake, then you elevate him 2 more times to the practice squad, to the active roster, and then sign him to the active roster. And maybe, just maybe, Philadelphia will have a more explosive special teams unit. Minus Jake Elliott, they haven't done much in terms of actually, punt returns or kick returns. Remember, week 2, we were doing that broadcast during the preseason against the Colts, a 72-yard kick return for Devin Allen, and we hadn't really heard from him, seen from him since. We'll see what happens tonight, obviously, with Devin Allen and the rest of this Eagles special teams unit. But I think the big storyline of the evening is going to be A.J. Brown and the Philadelphia Eagles passing attack. And you see them on the sideline warming up right there. A.J. Brown was very adamant during his press conference a couple of days ago in the media scrum saying, hey, no beef there with Jalen Hurts, no issues. It wasn't about targets, the whole scrum on the sideline during the Vikings game. Do we believe him? Do we not? I don't know. But Carlton Davis is officially out for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tonight, one of their star secondary players. I think if you're going to have a big A.J. Brown breakout game, why can't it be tonight, Josh?
I don't see why it can't. You just mentioned it there, obviously, with the Bucs losing a corner or missing one there. I mean, if you're going to have one and who knows what it was about. I'm going to still say that it was probably something
targets.
to do with a little bit of targets. That's usually what a receiver's beefing about. But regardless, they're on the same page. They want to win, but you're going to get your guy right. You're going to get him some looks. So I don't see why that's not a terrible play. You mentioned it for a first-time touchdown score, but just in general, I would think you'd get a higher volume of targets to A.J. Brown this game. I also think you might get some to Dallas Goedert because, let's be honest, he got some catches last game, but there's still been nothing in terms of any sort of production or throwing it down the field to Goddard. So if he's maybe an overlooked option with the way Devonta Smith played early, and if you could target A.J. Brown, perhaps Dallas Goedert can sneak in the middle of the field. So I'm hoping to see that as well. But yeah, this offense needs to get clicking. We talked a lot about the coordinators earlier in the pregame, and just looking at what this offense looked like for the first 2 weeks, you want to see something else. You need to see another wrinkle. There was a mini bye. You had an extra duration here. There's not again, sound the alarms. I don't think we're there yet. But if you go through this and you're not seeing much differences, I think that's a little bit surprising. So I expect to see something different. Do you expect to see something different on the offensive side of the ball?
You'd like to think that they have a plan going against Todd Bowles and this pretty darn good Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. They stop the run very well. They're number 2 in rush defense, right behind Philadelphia, who's number 1. They have solid linebacker play. Devin White, obviously going to get the start tonight, dealing with that hamstring injury. They are a very, very, very tough opponent for Philadelphia to move the football on. But I think it's the right opponent for Philadelphia to face 3 weeks into the season. You had Bill Belichick months to prep for and kind of a nasty rainy day at Gillette Stadium. They got the win, didn't look pretty. Quick turnaround, not a lot of time to make adjustments. Thursday night, Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, they hold on in the end, they get the W. Now you've had 11 days since Philadelphia was on the football field, dating back to that Thursday night win. All the time in the world to change stuff, make adjustments, watch film, prep differently, add in new wrinkles. If Philadelphia wants to come out of week 3 atop the rankings of the NFC or right next to the top teams of the NFC, the San Francisco 49ers, this is a perfect team to get right with. They're not going to be the Dolphins. They're not going to score 70 on you, but they have a good enough offense to where your defense needs to step up, and they have a very good defense to where Jalen Hurts needs to be the guy. And while we love DeAndre Swift, Kenny Gainwell back from injury tonight as well, I think tonight is the night that Philadelphia needs to throw the football to those top target receivers of A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, and Dallas Goedert, and hopefully pass their way to victory and really wake up the rest of the National Football League to say, oh man, remember that Eagle team from 2022 that we absolutely hated to play, and they ran all over us, and they were more physical than us, and they just beat on us game after game after game? They're back in 2023, and they might be a little bit better.
Yes, yep. That's what we want to see. That's what we need to see. I know we've got comments here that we'll get to, and the shout out to those. Please make sure to hit the like button. For those that haven't yet, just do it real quick. That helps us out, get the channel out to more people. But I'm totally with you. Yes, we need to see that heightened elevation, a little bit more productive, showing the efficiency. There are some questions, and we've got some comments here as far as linebackers possibly being exposed or worry that Baker's going to have the game. Even a shout out to how about those Chiefs? He says, how about those Eagles? Can the Eagles stop Baker Mayfield, one of the best QBs in NFL history? I mean, hey, the way he's playing so far, if he keeps it up, hey, we should possibly be concerned. Quarterbacks have thrown on this defense so far, but I think we'll see a little bit of some maybe wrinkles there perhaps, but I think that it'll be a difference here. Sean Desai's made some changes, or said he's going to make some changes, possibly some different fronts on the D line. And then we already know, like we opened up with, James Bradbury's the slot. So it's going to be a different look for what the Bucs have maybe game planned for or what they were considering. But I'm with you. You need to see a little bit more here. It's still early in the season, so we can say it's not until weeks 4, 5, 6 until you really have to start getting humming. But you want to see that improvement. If you regress from a mini bye, then there's a little bit of a concern element to it. But I'm not totally saying, hey, we're just all concerned and this is going to be awful.
How about those Chiefs is watching to see if Taylor Swift's going to show up at this game after having the broadcast yesterday from his Chiefs channel. No Swift in sight, but you have a
Odds
Philadelphia
on
Eagles
that.
defense. Yeah, what are the odds on that? You have an Eagle defense, of course, led by the two big guys up front who have had a fantastic start to the season. The Georgia Bulldog teammates, Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter. Listen, 44 PFF grade for the Bucs center going through the first 2 weeks. If there was ever a day where both of these guys could start to eat, maybe create some one-on-ones for Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat on the outside, you get pressure on Baker Mayfield, at least history, not the past 2 weeks, but historical Baker Mayfield throws interceptions. What do you see from the defensive line tonight? They going to start eating?
They better, yes. I mean, you've got some weaknesses there, as well as especially the interior of the offensive line for the Bucs. So if we don't see some pressures, and who knows where Jordan Davis is going, right? I mean, this is shocking just to say, and I know it's only 1.5 sacks, but the fact that he has 1.5 sacks through 2 games is phenomenal. I mean, this is a guy who everyone say, hey, he's going to take up space. He's going to have 2 guys blocking him, and other guys are going to get chances because of that. But he said earlier in the week, he's like, no, I'm not a run stopper. I'm not just a run stopper. I'm going to do everything. I'm going to go rush the passer. And so far, we've seen that in the first couple weeks. So yeah, the bread man should eat. Jalen Carter should hopefully get a sack. I don't know what the odds are on that, but that's, never a bad play either. But I think that he should. Jordan Davis, even Milton Williams. It wouldn't surprise me if you see something there. He gets overlooked quite often, but if he's coming in, fresh bodies on the D-line, I think you got to put pressure on Baker Mayfield. And I would feel like after this game, we're going to say, okay, hey, Baker Mayfield's who we thought he was. He had a good couple first games, but he's playing a bit better of a defensive line now.
You'd like to hope, but Baker Mayfield has been really, really good through the first 2 weeks of this season. He's been revitalized in terms of making smart decisions, not turning the football over as much, and finding Mike Evans. Mike Evans is a guy who was going into a contract year some people thought was going to age out of that superstar number 1 wide receiver slot. No more Tom Brady. This would be a down year. You probably didn't take him with top 5 pick in your fantasy football league, and yet Mike Evans has been really, really impressive. Darius Slay might shadow him tonight. They did a little bit of that, of course, during the Justin Jefferson matchup. Wasn't 99% of the time, more like 80% of the time. But Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, this duo of pass catchers, could cause some problems for Philadelphia across the middle, and it's why the defensive line we just talked about, they've got to get home and got to get Baker Mayfield off of his spot and hopefully go ahead and force some turnovers. All right, we are less than, I'd say, 15 minutes away. Welcoming in a bunch of people joining the live show. We read comments. We have a bunch of fun tonight. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button. I'm seeing Diego saying, first time joining the live show during a game. Another big Swift game. I think we see the Ghost with a pick 6. Not mentioned yet. Reed Blankenship back in that lineup tonight. Does he get that pick 6? Does he at least have a big impact tonight, Josh?
I think he does. Yes, he certainly has a big impact. I mean, we've seen enough from the Ghost of what he does and when he's on the field versus when he's not. So I think he has a much better impact for this team, whether it is with the tight ends or just the middle of the field. I mean, there was a couple. It's hard to say whose fault it was, but a couple deep balls with the Vikings. Where was it the safety help that was anticipated, or was it just the straight corner? But having a guy out there like Reed is always a benefit. So yes, I'm all for that. I still think. I mean, I'll be honest, and I think everyone realizes this. And you kind of alluded to it as well. I mean, Mike Evans is probably going to get his to a certain extent, and we saw that from a Justin Jefferson as well. My fantasy team, I have Mike Evans and I have Baker Mayfield starting, but I would gladly lose my matchup. I'll put that out. I would gladly lose my matchup, but they are starting because, they're drafted, and I had Jalen Hurts and he was on a bye, or not Jalen Hurts. I had Aaron Rodgers and he was hurt in another league. So, yes. I think we both have similar instances there. So you got to pick up someone. So I was like, all right, well, hey, who do you go with? But all that being said, I think they're going to get some yards. I don't think that the pass defense, the size pass defense, he hasn't proven enough for sure to say, hey, you're just going to limit it completely. But the question is, how much can you confuse Baker and be able to throw them off to where it's just not consistently marching down the field? But I think that Reed plays a huge factor in that as well.
You're superstitious. Maybe you're not. ESPN broadcast, they just went ahead and totally picked the Eagles in terms of who they're going to win tonight. The entire slate, all 4 of them did. Does that matter or not? You see Baker Mayfield on your screen right now. He showed up in a Rondé Barber jersey, as it is Rondé Barber night in Tampa Bay. So expect to see, at least during the actual broadcast, and if you were at the game, the Rondé Barber pick 6 in the NFC Championship game against the Bucs way back when I was just a wee lad over Donovan McNabb and that Philadelphia Eagle team that would then go to multiple, NFC title games in a row. But nice seeing Baker Mayfield there in the Rondé Barber jersey on any other night except for tonight to go ahead and rub it in on Philadelphia just a little bit.
Of course he did. That's not surprising.
Yeah. Couple of people joining us in the chat right now. Indigenous Nerd says, saw John Clark saying Sidney Brown could also play in the slot tonight. Just joining us. That is true. He did line up during pregame warmups in the slot behind James Bradbury, meaning Bradbury was your first team slot cornerback, and then the second team player was Sidney Brown. You remember back to college at Illinois, obviously a starting safety, but did play over 150 snaps at the slot position, so does have some familiarity and could be more of a game time decision, or not game decision, an injury during the game away from getting actual reps. Will he play a significant amount of time in the slot? I don't think so. I will say this, though. If Josh Jobe starts getting cooked on the outside by either Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, there could be a very, very unlikely scenario where you move Bradbury back out to the normal cornerback spot, and that could be his place for Sidney Brown to come in.
Yeah, I think so, too. I mean, certainly if we start seeing someone being cooked to the level of, because the Vikings game was kind of at that magnitude. There were several catches and plays that were given up. So I think that you're going to see maybe not necessarily a short leash, but if you start seeing some guys that are giving up yards, I think that this is the week where it's like there was not as much because of, an injury and a short week and all that with the Vikings, but this has been a longer week now. If guys are not playing up to level, I think you can see some rotation or changes a little quicker than you might expect. So who knows? You might see Sidney Brown out there. And I would love to, as I think a lot of people would love to see Sidney Brown on the field. So we'll see how the other side can hold up. It does sound like Jobe is going to get the start along with, Bradbury playing in the slot. But he didn't play great. You look at some of the breakdowns and a film from the past week against the Vikings. Most consensus, or the general consensus, was that he didn't play as poorly as what the yards were given up, but still, I mean, he gave up quite a bit. So I don't know. You wonder how much he can stay out there on the field, and if he does give it up, then hey, you know what? We start seeing the rookie.
Mike Halo says, oh, great, it's Joe Buck and Aikman. I hate these two. Well, that's why you should be here, because I'm not Joe Buck, and Josh is not Troy Aikman. So, it's a little bit different there. You can at least mute them and turn us up and sync us to the TV. That's the way I would do it if I was you, but up to you right now. Sean says, I'm excited to see Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter dominate. I am too. Very excited about it. Andrea Bland says, go Birds. Welcome in Andrea.
Go Birds.
And Wiki25. I haven't heard Keely Ringo's name much when people talk about corner help. Well, it's because Eli Ricks is probably ahead of him on the depth chart. I would assume if you were to have a scenario where Jobe gets injured or Jobe has to come out of this football game, it would be Eli Ricks, the undrafted free agent cornerback out of Alabama, over Keely Ringo. Am I wrong on that?
I don't think you're wrong. No, I think that it's the same thing. I mean, again, it was... You're never going to get rid of a fourth-round pick in Keely Ringo, so it's not like he was ever in jeopardy of not making the 53-man. But in terms of actually playing or getting on the field, I don't know what you could say that you saw from preseason or even reports that we heard from training camp or progression of what Keely was doing versus Eli Ricks to say that, he's ahead of him in the depth chart. Now, that's not saying that they don't have, confidence in Keely Ringo, but, I think that you just want to wait and let him get a little bit more time to learn and grow and be ready to play. If you have injury, sure, you know what, he'll have to get pressed into action. But I think, to your point, if you had to choose someone, it's Eli Ricks, because he proved it going up against the starters and the Colts, and he was absolutely locked down. I know that's just one game, but I think he's proven it. He's a gamer if he's out there, if he's forced into action. So I would go with Eli Ricks for sure over Keely Ringo.
Obviously, about 10 minutes away here from kickoff. We got to go ahead and mention that we are doing what we always do during our live streams, and that is a giveaway. How about a fun one here tonight? This is the Sideline Eagles Kelly Green Nike hoodie. Yes, we are giving away one in your size, and all you got to do is drop a super chat tonight. $1 is one entry. $5, 5 entries. $100, 100 entries. We're going to compile all of the super chat entries starting right now, going until the end of the third quarter, where we'll spin our magical wheel of giveaways, and one of you lucky fans will go ahead and get this Sideline Sideline Kelly Green hoodie given to you and shipped in the third quarter. So go ahead and drop the super chats, and we'll get those up on the screen and get you entered in to win the hoodie, which I'm very jealous about. I'm considering making a fake account and trying to win this the way Josh has to pay for half of it, because big hoodie fan, and I do not have a Kelly Green hoodie fan either. It looks pretty good to me.
I love it. I think it's awesome. I mean, obviously we go through and have the giveaways for every single game, but yeah, whenever we were going and, hey, there's the sideline alternate. Anytime there's Kelly Green, I know some people have their own opinions. They don't just love the Kelly Green. I do personally. I love the Kelly Green. It's kind of why we're going to the Dolphins game also. I mean, you're going to be able to wear or represent the Kelly Green. But yeah, any super chat, you get you the chance. And we've seen people that donate quite a bit that have won, and we've also seen some that go with the $1 entry, and that's also been effective. So there you go.
Obviously, you got to be subbed to both channels as well to make sure that you have your real chance to go ahead and win this. Let's go back here to the big screen as I figure out my. There we go. I got it figured out there. Let's quickly mention, we said this a little bit earlier, but Devin Allen, you see him on your screen right there, activated, literally activated. So has a chance to actually play. Remember, you can only activate practice squad players 3 times during the regular season before you have to go ahead and sign them to the actual 53-man roster. This is his first time being activated this year, his first time being activated at all, and has a chance maybe to even return the opening kickoff depending on who wins the coin toss. We'll find that out here pretty darn soon. Josh mentioned it a little bit earlier, but it kind of feels like why not? Why not get this guy involved? You saw the 72-yard punt return against the Colts during week 2 of the NFL preseason, and he was electric. He was fast. He was quick. And I'm sure that, of course, the past couple of weeks, they've been working to continually make him more and more comfortable at kick returner. And I think tonight is his night to maybe have a breakout game. And if Philadelphia suddenly has a scary kick returner who maybe becomes a scary punt returner to becomes a very scary special team situation, this Eagles team can get even more dangerous and even more electric. I'm very excited to see what he's going to be able to do, hopefully with the opening kickoff there, Josh.
Absolutely, yes. And I just want to make mention too, we had some questions about the giveaway sub to both channels. So I just posted Thomas's channel for those that are watching on my page, but Thomas's channel, just go to sub to that to get a part of the giveaway. But yeah, I mean, I'm with you there. There's not a, like, we look through this team and we say the one part of the special teams is, do we have the explosiveness? You see other teams across the league, and it's like, oh man, hey, if you get it in his hands, like, look out. And we've seen it a number of times, and I don't want to say the specific number or the game that it was, but we've been, it's costly at times for special teams. So to get a guy back there, we saw it in preseason. Granted, it was a very small sample size, but
yes.
I mean, what else are you doing so far? At this point, I'm like, give it a shot. If you could, if it works, great. And if it doesn't, well, is it really hurting us that much worse? I mean, not really, because you're not getting much production there. So I'm totally with it.
Let's get to our first super chat of the night, our first entry into our hoodie giveaway. Thomas Bug. Great name there. I love the first name. Go Birds. There you go. Go Birds. That's 5 entries. $5 is 5 entries. Get you 5 chances to hopefully win the hoodie that we give away during the third quarter. Obviously, you can do as many super chats as you want. They compound. And so if you do 5 and then 5 and then 5, you got 15 entries. It's that simple. So as Philadelphia takes the field, getting ready for their final warm-up before the coin toss, just a couple minutes away, Thomas Bug is on the board. If no one else does an entry, then you get a hoodie. So, it's as simple as that. But maybe there'll be some more entries here that remains to go ahead and be seen. If you are doing the coin toss, Josh, obviously tails never fails, but you taking this football or you want to play defense first? What would be your decision?
I'd play defense first. I'd defer and then play defense first. Last game, has it been both games? It was the second against the Vikings. Offense came on the field first. I can't remember. Did we come on the field first for New England? I'd have to look that up now. I can't recall, but I would defer.
I think we did, but I don't remember. You're right. Okay. You're right about that. David Terry, he gives 2 entries into the hoodie giveaway. Would love to see the Olympic speed in play. Yes. Maybe the fastest man in the NFL. Who knows? He thinks he's faster than Tyreek Hill, although clearly not as good as Tyreek Hill. You saw that yesterday with that crazy Dolphins win over the Denver Broncos. But I would too, David. I would too. I would absolutely love to go ahead and see that incredible
Got you down.
2 speed, 4-3 speed, whatever it is. David, 2 entries.
Might as well.
Saw a comment here from, who was it? Kettner. How does the giveaway work? All you do is you go ahead and subscribe to both channels, drop a super chat, and then we spin a wheel. Josh compiles all of the super chats throughout the night onto a wheel, and it's based off of how gives the most, and then you give more odds to win. Spin the wheel, randomly picked, and then we go ahead and send you the hoodie. So it's just that simple. As the game is about to start. But David is on the board here with 2 entries, and we appreciate that. So lots of Kelly Green as they show Raymond James Stadium down there in Tampa Bay. It is green. I mean, like you said, Ticketmaster, I think, said it was 59% Eagle fans that bought this thing. So, it could be a little bit of an offensive and defensive advantage for Philadelphia. Maybe even a silent count for Baker Mayfield. I don't know if it's going to be that crazy, but we're going to keep an eye on it.
Yep. I mean, I love to see it. We obviously know, and from a number of different games, and Sirianni's talked about it several times, but the birds travel, so that's awesome. But yeah, to have, I mean, not even like 50-50, but to have the majority of Eagles fans there, I mean, I love to hear that. But obviously, it helps out the team. Hopefully, they can get the crowd behind them to a certain extent. I remember it would have been the Super Bowl year where the Eagles played the Cowboys in Dallas and being there for that game. And by the end of it, you got the MVP chants and Dallas sucks chants and all this other stuff. You just ran him out of the building. So those are always fun. It's really nice to win on the road, especially when you got your contingency that's almost outnumbered or has outnumbered, I guess in this case, the home crowd.
570N3R. 570N3R, if you say his name, 10 entries into our hoodie giveaway. We appreciate that. Make sure you guys drop your super chats in. We go ahead and draw for the hoodie during the third quarter, but you got 10 entries. That's the most leading in the entries right now. Obviously, it can change, and it doesn't have to be the most entries to win. So go ahead and jump in on that. We appreciate the super chat. I'm seeing some people saying, John says A.J. Brown going for 165 and 2 touchdowns. What do you think? Give me your A.J. Brown stat line tonight. You think he balls out? You think he has a normal A.J. Brown game? What do you expect from number 11 and the Swole Batman tonight?
He's going to go over 100. I'll for sure say that. If I'm going to get more specific, I'm going to say AJ is going to have, let's go 7 catches, 130 yards, and a touchdown. That's what I'll go with.
There you go. 7 catches, 130 yards, and a touchdown. Someone just asked me to go ahead and post Josh's, let me see, Josh's channel in the chat. Let me go ahead and do that. I am actually going to go ahead and put it, I'll put it in the chat, and I'm also going to put it in my description box. Josh's channel, there you go. And then let me make sure you, I got it in my description box as well. Let's see, okay. Josh's channel.
There we go.
Boom, all right, you're in there now. Description box says Josh's channel as well. Make sure you guys are subbed. Make sure you're subbed to both. That's important, very, very important. Okay, let me see if I can figure out who won the toss, as we are very close from kicking this one off. Let's have a quick look here at what Twitter is saying as we are getting ready to roll here. Chad Ochocinco and Terrell Owens are at the Rams game. I thought they were at our game. They're not at our game. They're at the Rams game. Okay, what are you going to do?
Okay.
I do not see that anyone has won that coin toss yet. So we will continue to wait patiently to see who is going to go ahead and win the coin toss. While we wait on it, getting ready for kickoff here, of course, is looks like Darius Slay and Jalen Hurts warming up there on the sideline, getting ready to go. There's Smitty in the background as well. Eagles going all white uniforms, white pants with the green helmets on the road. You know, I do miss the black pants, white jersey combination.
Yeah. It's
one of my favorite road ones. Those are pretty good. Those are pretty good.
I was going to ask, the preference on those. We've seen the all whites. Honestly, we've seen them too much recently, just between the preseason games and the regular season. So I would have liked to go with the black pants, but they felt like go with the all whites. But I would like to change it up because we have seen it quite a bit recently. But hey, interesting note here. I don't know if you mentioned this earlier, but Baker Mayfield only being sacked once so far.
Wow.
And obviously, he's yet to throw an interception this season. So, I think this could totally change, really, if you just get to Baker. Because if he hasn't felt pressure yet, we know what he has been in the past. You get to him. He hasn't experienced it so far this season. I think you could see. I'll ask you, what's your prediction for Baker Mayfield? What's his stat line for the night? How do you expect the Eagles D to contain him?
I'd be very, very surprised if Baker Mayfield doesn't throw an interception tonight. And that's not the thing against Baker Mayfield. He's playing some really, really good football. But we saw another team that was playing really good football just yesterday lose to a mediocre team. That was the Dallas Cowboys. They went on the road and they lost to the Arizona Cardinals. And Dallas, honestly, they had played nobody. They had played absolutely nobody between the Jets and the Giants in the first 2 weeks of the season. Are the Bucs any different? I mean, they went at Minnesota, who is 0-3 right now, and then they beat the Chicago Bears 27-17. And Chicago Bears, as we know, might be one of the worst teams in recent NFL history. And so I think Baker's going to have a little bit come back down to earth moment. Not a terrible night. This isn't a 31-10 blowout for Philadelphia, but I do think he probably goes 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and completes maybe about 59% of his passes and goes for less than 250 yards. I think Philadelphia has a really good chance to win this one.
There you go. I love it. I'm totally with you. I think that's a very realistic, certainly, like you mentioned too. I mean, if we get the pressure on him, I think it's going to resort back to a little bit of the standard that we've seen in the past. So, and then get the crowd behind you because it's apparently somewhat like a home game. We're seeing the pictures here on the screen, and there's a lot of Kelly Green in the stadium. That is for sure.
Quickly, Kai Patterson. He says, "Hey Josh, keep the main thing the main thing." With a smiley face, 2 entries into our hoodie giveaway. Drop a super chat for your chance to win during the third quarter. That's how you do it.
Appreciate that.
Eagles won the toss. They
Got you
have
down.
deferred to the second half, meaning you'll see Baker Mayfield and this Bucs offense led by their head coach Todd Bowles, who is 2-0 as a member of the Buccaneers against Philadelphia, dating back to that ugly wild card loss at this very stadium to Tom Brady just a couple of years ago. As we are lined up for the kickoff, and we are ready to go here in quarter number 1, as Jake Elliott is going to go ahead and get the ball on the tee in the all-white uniforms and get ready to send this one away, Josh. Here we go. Getting very excited for this one.
Let's do it.
Glad you guys are
Can
with us.
we be 3-0?
We appreciate you guys watching with us and hanging out with us, and we look forward to hopefully maybe not only a good game, but a good Eagles win as well. As we are underway. I just had the kickoff, Josh, going out the back of the end zone. Make sure we're linked up on our TVs. You feel good about that?
Looks like we should be. Baker's coming out now, so I think we're
there you go.
Synced up. All right.
Baker trots back out on the football field. Right now, obviously coming in as the first overall draft pick in 2018, he's been an interesting character. And again, a new start here, 3 teams the past 2 seasons, has a chance to maybe make a big impact against what is a good defense, but a defense that has been exposed over the top. Let's see what they do here on our opening play. Baker under center. You got 1 running back behind him, 15 to go on the play clock. Bucs in their red uniforms with white pants. Takes the snap. This is going to be a turn give. There's Rachaad White up the middle. He's hit and met. After maybe a gain of 2, that's Zach Cunningham. Reed Blankenship gaining for that tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Great play made by Cunningham, too. I mean, he was right there almost immediately, like you said, barely gained a couple yards, but was able to easily read that zone run up the middle and stop it for just a couple yards. Remember, these are the 2 best run defenses in the league, so we might see a lot of that tonight.
One of the worst rushing offenses in Tampa Bay, 2.9 yards per rush this season. Here's your 2nd down and 8, second play of the game. Shotgun. Evans, the lone receiver to the bottom set. He's on Darius Slay. Takes the snap. Here's another give. This is White up the middle. He makes 2 men miss and then gets gang tackled by a combination of Cunningham and Sweat. He might have gotten 4. Here's your first 3rd down of the game. It'll be 3rd down and short.
Josh Sweat was right there, but he's got contained, so he's got to keep it on Baker Mayfield to make sure he doesn't take off and run, which Baker has recently. He's shown kind of the wheels a little more than we've seen recently, so that's why he gave up a little bit more of the yardage on the run.
So here we go on the first 3rd down of the game. A 3 and out could be huge here for Philadelphia. They're going to go 3rd down and 3. About 13 to go on this play clock. Baker Mayfield in the shotgun. Trips left. Eagles in a soft zone defense. 4-man front. Baker looks left, throws wide open. Godwin, that's caught. He's working on Josh Jobe on the outside. And there is that play that I absolutely cannot stand, Josh, where it's 3rd down and short, and you're playing 10 yards off the cornerback. Easy pitch and toss on the speed out, and the Bucs have their first down of the game.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, Joe, it's the coverage assignment too. I mean, he's already in the zone, but the way that he backs up is giving an immediate first down to guy. There was no chance. I mean, you give him 3-4 yards off the line immediately, and he catches it. So no way you're going to stop that. I don't know. Nolan Smith did see the field. For those wondering, he was actually on the field.
Offset I formation. Baker takes a snap, play fake, all data throw, steps up. Now he's going to go deep across the middle. He has a man, and he missed him. Just overthrew. That looks like Tompkins. He's incomplete. He's 2nd down and 10. Let's go back to that previous play, though. It was outside linebacker Nolan Smith that dropped into coverage, and he was, I guess, designated to the zone of Mike Evans there. I don't know if that's going to work all night, but there's your first incompletion for Baker Mayfield on the following play. Be 2nd down and 10.
And had plenty of time. I mean, you were right. He had a man there, and it's not like he was getting pressure. A 4-man rush from the Eagles. No one really getting much up the middle. They did double. I believe that was Milton Williams. Then Fletch had a 1-on-1, but no one able to win the matchup.
2 tight ends, and then they throw in, looks like Godwin in a trips to the right. Lone back is White. Here's a pitch to that right side. He's going to have 1 man to beat before getting tackled by, looked like Cunningham and Justin Evans again. He got past Darius Slay, but fell forward for a gain of 1. It'd be 3rd down and 9, and a good chance for the Eagles to get off the field here.
That was a fantastic play by Justin Evans. I mean, we talk about the blur that we've seen from, Sidney Brown in the preseason, but he came flying from the 2nd level to make that play. And you wonder if he's got a little extra motivation, right? I mean, a guy that's played at Tampa or was at Tampa, he kind of talked about that coming full circle, but a great stop there from Evans.
All right, here we go. 3rd down and 8, 12:31 to go, first quarter, opening drive of the game. Mayfield takes a snap, 4-man pressure, steps up in the pocket, looks right, throws right, wide open, but then dropped, and by Darius Slay as well. It hit Evans in the hand, bounced up in the air, and then hit at Darius Slay in the hands. They dropped them both, and no harm, no foul. Looks like the Bucs are going to have to punt.
That was an easy first down. I mean, from where he was, Evans could have easily caught it. Now, granted, I mean, it was thrown a little bit high, but I'm sorry. And Mike Evans would even tell you he's got to easily catch this because it hits him in both hands. And then I thought all of a sudden, you're going to get a Slay running back the other way, but he's not able to make the catch either. At least you force a punt, though.
Hot potato with the football there as the Bucs are going to come in here for the punt from the 40. As it looks like they're giving us a live look in. Did your team just swap? Yeah, I just swapped to the Rams game. So you take over play-by-play while I get to the right channel here.
Okay, they swapped me as well. So I'm gonna have to change.
I thought it was
they're
on the
doing
right
this on
one.
ESPN. I thought it was. Maybe is
so
it ABC for the other one?
Yeah.
Apologies for everyone who's wondering what's going on.
I'm back on it. Here we
to
go.
a different channel.
Still haven't punted. There goes the snap. There's the punt. Your deep return man is going to be Britton Covey. Takes it at the 10, signed to the active roster a couple days ago, cuts back to the 20, across the 25, and then obliterated as a crash test Covey does, and the Eagles have good starting field position at 25-yard line as they waltz out Jalen Hurts here. Let's get a Storm Passy super chat. 10 entries into our sideline hoodie giveaway happening during the third quarter. Give us a ready with a couple of Ys there. We are ready and very excited as they have gone to commercial break, meaning we have time to catch our breath and get ready for Jalen Hurts and this Eagle offense.
There we go. Got you down. Okay. Yep. We have. All right. Yep. Got those. Yeah. Sean says, "LOL was wondering what you meant about Aikman." So I guess they're doing the other broadcast, perhaps.
Oh,
so.
Yeah. See, it's hard to hear when I'm both talking to Josh.
Yeah, doing the both on those sides. I know.
That was crazy, though. It was like we're watching the Eagle game, and then they just take us out to Cincinnati to show us the Rams game there. By the way, if you're wondering, Joe Burrow, he is active tonight. He will start. That was a game-time decision by the Bengals. They tried to pretend like they weren't going to start him, but they are going to start him. So there you go. We're locked in. We're live. We're good to go.
Talk about some teams that need a win. Certainly the Bengals, man. Injury, and then also, you always never want to get this far into the season and naturally, have still no wins to count for. But with a team that had a lot of hype, right? I mean, for just what they did just a season ago, and Joe Burrow, the massive contract and everything else, it's a little surprise with where they are.
6 teams since the Super Bowl era have started 0-3 and made the playoffs. So tells you their odds are, not very good. If that were to be the case, we'll keep an eye on that game as the Rams are trying to keep pace with the Niners in the NFC West. So a team that Philadelphia plays, I believe, 2 weeks from today or from tomorrow as they go to the Lincoln Financial Field to take on the Washington Commanders as well. Being told I'm a play behind, I'm going to refresh everything and see if I can link back up with this, Josh. I'm still on commercial break. Let's see where we're at here.
I'm still on commercial break also.
Yeah, I'm watching an NFL Plus commercial and now I think it's a Dancing with the Stars commercial. So we're trying to link up here, make sure we're all good to go. All right. Nice to see an Eagle touchdown drive, an opening drive, because they've had success as now we get back in here. Jalen Hurts in the huddle. Some of you are seeing that as well. Mm-hmm. It is Troy Aikman and Joe Buck, by the way. I hear Joe Buck's voice in my ear. So for those saying, what happened to Aikman, I hear Joe Buck right now.
Okay, yep.
Sounds like it. All right. Let's see what we got here as we're about to get the first snap. All right, blows the whistle. Eagles break the huddle, and it looks like we're linked up, right?
I may be at 16, 15,
You're ahead
14.
of me. Big time.
Okay.
Yep, you're ahead of me. Let me go ahead and try and get live here.
All right, as Hurts takes the snap, handoff to Swift up the right side. A big gain up to 8 yards. 2nd and 2, just starting off right where they left off. And, I mean, honestly, the thing that I love to see most about that is who is the starting running back? Who got the first carry of the game? Going with DeAndre Swift. Don't complicate it. Keep going with what works.
Seeing the Eagles offense on the left side of the screen right now, Josh? 31, 30, 29, 28. Am I still behind or am I good?
Yeah, you're still about 4 or 5 seconds behind.
All right,
I can pause. I can pause and
go ahead and pause it.
Okay,
Let's make sure we're linked up there. Eagles are back to the line here. Make sure we're trying to sync up. 15, 14, 13, 12.
Yep, we're good.
2nd down and 2. Hurts in the gun. They're going to stack A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith to his left. Swift's next to him. Takes a snap. There's a 5-man rush. Clean pocket. Hurts steps up, throws right side. There's A.J. Brown across the 40.
There you go.
Across the 50. He's got a guy in front of him and falls out of bounds into Buck territory. And he's fired up, Josh. There's A.J. Brown.
That's what you want to see. You're all right. The first passing play, you're going to get it to A.J. Brown. He just crossed her over the middle, matched up against McCollum, who, by the way, his twin brother plays for the Eagles. He's on the practice squad, for those that didn't know that, but gets a great block by Goddard and really just off to the races. I mean, he beat him from the line of scrimmage, picks up a gain of, what was that, about 25?
Looked
25,
like it.
30?
Bucs are one of the teams that give up a lot of big plays. Third most, 20-plus yards allowed. Here's a first down and 10 inside Buck territory from the Buck 39-yard line. Hurts takes the snap. Three-man rush. All day to throw. Steps up, fires across the middle. Caught A.J. Brown again. He's down at the 23-yard line. And it's going to be a big A.J. Brown night. I hope you took the over on his receptions. This is early and often, and the Eagles are rolling right now.
You better have. Again, I mean, Jalen has all day to throw. I mean, kudos to the offensive line because they are giving him forever to take time, survey the field, but AJ against whoever they're going to match up, it's going to be a mismatch all night. They should just keep going to it.
Hurry up offense. 10-27 takes a snap, turn right throw. That's a quick screen to Devonta Smith, and he's hit by Jamel Dean, falls out of bounds for a gain of 1. I'll say it every single week. That's my fiance's least favorite play, the little 1-yard speed out to a receiver that goes nowhere. If you get blocking, maybe, but he's second down and 9 following that one.
Have not had very much success, if any, on that play. And it was red immediately. I mean, as soon as they took the snap, you could see the Bucs were right there to make a play. Unless you have that blocking. And like we said, it doesn't even feel like you have most of the personnel to run that situation, but it hasn't been successful.
Second down and 9, 11 to go on the play clock. 9:50 to go, first quarter. Eagles opening drive. 0-0. Hurts takes the snap. 4-man pressure. Looks right, throws. That's a screen to DeAndre Swift. He's got a train in front of him. Makes one-man miss. Then falls across. Looks like the 15-yard line down to the 14. A really well-designed screenplay there. There's the catching ability of DeAndre Swift. Be third down and a short 2.
Another good blocking down the field. I mean, you've got Cam Jurgens, who was flying down there, as well as Zacchaeus, who it looked like he could have gotten a little bit more there and possibly help pick up the first down. But, it's manageable here, 3rd and 2.
Here's Hurts on a rollout. He play fake. He throws right side. That's end zone and incomplete.
Oh.
Looking for Olamide Zacchaeus. There's McCollum again. It'd be 4th down and 2. You might expect Philadelphia to go for it, but they won't. They're going to kick a field goal. Wow.
Interesting. Man.
Why do you throw on 3rd and 2 if you're not going to go for it? That's my question, right? That feels like a go for it on 4th down sort of call.
Yeah, I don't know. And Goddard got shoved there too by Devin White, and what I don't think is a penalty. I'm not saying that because he was right there up at the line of scrimmage, so you can do that. But they're going to go for it. Okay, I was going to say, yeah, so. I'm with you. They should definitely go for it.
Kenny Gainwell in on 4th down and 2. They're going to go 2 tight ends. Hurts in the pistol, takes a snap. He's going to give it to Gainwell up the middle. Didn't get it.
Oh gosh.
Wow.
No push.
Wow. Of all the plays you might have designed, you're going to go a pistol handoff with zone blocking in front of you to Kenny Gainwell. Okay. All right.
I don't like it.
That'll get the Brian Johnson haters fired up a little bit there as Philadelphia turns the ball over on downs following what was a very impressive opening drive.
I don't understand that, honestly. I mean.
Wow. Yeah. All right.
I don't understand. You mentioned it with Kenny Gainwell there. I mean, it's why in the world are you lining up and running that play up the middle with a Kenny Gainwell in that situation? I have no clue. But I'd also, if you go back to the 3rd down play, I mean, yeah, you take a shot to the end zone, but why don't you just run there? I mean, in my opinion, right? I mean, if you pick up, let's say, another yard, then you bring in the QB sneak, which we know is just about foolproof. You get the first down, keep the drive. I don't know if that was worth it there.
Very interesting call. As
Joshua Simber says, could have just did the tush push. Exactly.
Yeah,
just do it on run a running play for 3rd down. You even run Gainwell. If you really have to get Gainwell in the game, run it. Say he picks up a yard, then it's 4th and 1. Do the tush push.
Yeah. Josh H here with the $2 super chat. 2 entries into our hoodie giveaway during the 3rd quarter. 2 super chat dollars is 2 super chat entries. Swift would have gotten it. This is what always drives me nuts, is that they seem to run this hot hand mentality, but it doesn't actually happen in games. I mean, you pull DeAndre Swift after he had the hot hand the first couple of snaps there, and then you go with Kenny Gainwell, who hasn't played in over 2 weeks, and he doesn't get it on a short yardage play where Gainwell's not really a short yardage back. Sometimes it just doesn't make sense, but that seems to be the MO of Philadelphia always when trying to figure out the rushing attack. I mean, literally, they always do this, and why I don't believe the hot hand mentality that Nick Sirianni preaches.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I know that there's a lot of love for Kenny G, and I'm not so much. I'm not against him there, but I'm just saying, like, why can't we have someone else there? I mean, we even got a comment here of, what about Rashad Penny? I mean, you haven't seen him much, so I understand it, but why not? If you're going to look at that, let's let DeAndre Swift keep going, like you mentioned there. He's been so successful. He clearly sees the field well, and the blocking had been good when you're running the zone read, or if you're actually just having him out there and lining him up to run. But Gainwell with just straight up the middle to me just makes no sense. Like, why in the world of all the plays? Again, we just keep coming back to, and it's just the first drive, so you can figure it out, but it just doesn't make any sense. It's like it's game management as well, and you're looking at a 3rd and 2. They did go for it, yes, but I still don't understand when you're a team that's predicated, and we saw how great the rushing attack was last week. Run the ball on 3rd and 2. You're bound to pick up a yard, and then again, it sets up life and makes it so much easier because you can do the quarterback sneak on any short yardage.
19 on the play clock, 18, 17, trying to get you guys synced up, 16. Mayfield in an empty set, motions Godwin around him, takes the snap, comes some pressure, steps up in the pocket, fires. There's a catch across the middle, and there's your tight end Otto over Reed Blankenship and a first down for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah, Reed Blankenship really close there. I mean, it's not like he wasn't too far off, but K-Dot, and he's made some plays early in the season, and Mayfield clearly trusts him. You got to give some credit because Mayfield stood in there and took a shot from Fletcher Cox as well, but delivered a good ball.
Good play there from Baker. I mean, geez, like you said, Fletcher Cox was burrowing down on him. There's your first hurry of the night for any Eagle defensive lineman. Baker takes a snap. Now play fake, looks right, throws right. That's caught by Mike Evans, immediately tackled by Darius Slay. That's going to be a gain of about 5, be 2nd down and 5. And you see a common theme here. The first couple of teams playing Philadelphia, Josh, get the ball out as quickly as possible. Mac Jones did a fantastic job of that in week 1. And right now, Baker Mayfield, albeit one throw, is kind of getting the ball out as quickly as possible.
Yep, they know it. I think it doesn't take much to realize you don't want to sit back there, especially with his D-line. But if they keep going with it there, you'll probably see a lot of times where they're going to ask Slay to make that tackle on Evans.
Slay's going to do a give to nowhere as that's White in the backfield. He's hit by, it looked like Zach Cunningham first. Jordan Davis was in there and finally finished up by Terrell Edmonds, a loss of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 7. And Zach Cunningham has had a very nice night so far for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I'm telling you, man, he seems to be getting just better with each game. And naturally, I guess because you're going to get more accustomed and comfortable in this defense, but he recognized it from the get-go and was in the backfield. I mean, as soon as the handoff was occurring, really.
Here we go on a 3rd down and 7. Bradbury going to follow Evans in the slot. Mayfield in the gun, White to his left. 4 receiver set. Baker takes the snap. 4-man pressure. Here comes Reddick left side. They get to Baker Mayfield. He gets out of one tackle. Now he's rolling to his right. He's got some room in front of him. Directing traffic. He's going to go ahead and tuck it and run. And he might have gotten the original line of scrimmage there. Nice play by Reddick first and Sweat to bring him out of bounds. A gain of nothing. It'll be 4th down and a punt coming by the Buck offense. Good play there by Reddick.
That was a good play. We were talking about Reddick generating some pressure. He got there, but also Jalen Carter. I mean, he literally had a hand on Baker Mayfield. He's getting blocked, so he couldn't actually quite bring him down, but he forced him out of the pocket. So you get that pressure, and kudos to the coverage team. I mean, it's not like it was immediate there for Baker. There's some time, so able to cover well enough and then get some pressure and then Sweat with a hustle play to force him out of bounds.
Comes the second punt of the night for the Buccaneers on 4th down and 5. Eagles in max protect to make sure there's no fake. Punt is away. Covey standing all the way back in his zone 4. Fields it with a little bit of room to run on the right side. Covey to the 10, Covey to the 15, Covey to the 20, makes him a miss to the 30, Covey to the 40, going to the 50, and is finally run out of bounds to the 46-yard line of the Bucs. That was the best return I've ever seen from Britton Covey, and the Eagles sideline has let them have it. How about that?
Okay, all right.
Wow.
I mean, it's we say don't put him back there. We want to see someone else, but give him props. He had some really good blocking, but able to make some guys miss and take the good vision there.
This was one of his, I'd say, first opportunities to have some free running room. He wasn't immediately hit. And then he makes a couple of people miss and shows why Philadelphia wanted to bring him onto the roster after a great time at Utah. He turned a bunch of punts while he was there, and yet was never able to do much. in terms of on the Philadelphia Eagles roster. They signed him to the active roster a couple of weeks ago, and he makes his first big impact play from a punt returning standpoint there. That's a 50-yard plus punt return, and now the Eagles have plus territory again on the Buccaneer 44-yard line. Here we go. Hurts in the gun. Swift to his right. Your three receivers, two to the left. Brown alone with his neon shoes to the top of the screen. This is going to be a give to DeAndre Swift. Big hole up the middle behind Jason Kelce across the 30 down to the 29-yard line. And if you wonder why they put Gainwell in, I wonder too, because DeAndre Swift looks like RB1. That's a gain of 14.
The right call is dial 0. Every single time, just dial 0. I don't know why you're getting away from that, but yeah, you're right. Jason Kelce helping with the blocking there. But these holes, I mean, the same thing that we saw against the Vikings. I mean, just gashing the defense so far when Swift is in there. So his vision along with the blocking, it's a perfect combo.
First down and 10, 15 to go on the play clock. Under 5:50 in this first quarter, as Philadelphia's had two possessions that have gone into the Bucs side of the field. They turned it over on downs, their first one. Let's see what happens here on possession number 2. From the Buck 30, takes the snap. He's a pistol handoff to Swift. That could have been tackled behind the line of scrimmage, but he was tripped up and falls across the 30. Maybe got a yard. Be second down and 9. Good tackle there by the Bucs. Let's slide in a super chat here. Isaac Torres, are they saving Swift for injury for postseason? No, I think they just wanted to get Gainwell involved. I just would have done it on 4th down and 2. But you got 2 entries into our hoodie giveaway happening during the third quarter. And we'll slide in Mike Halo. Little crash test Covey there as well, Josh, on that kick return. We appreciate you, Mike. Crash test Covey is right. And the Eagles have a second down and 9. This will be a screen back left side to Dallas Goedert, who does make one man miss and then lowers the shoulder and makes a positive play out of what would have been a negative play. Maybe a gain of 3. It'll be third down and probably a long 6.
Yeah, so far it's been... I think Goddard is probably having, like 2-3 yards per catch so far on the season. They just can't seem to get him the ball down the field. At least he made a guy miss and made it positive. As I'm impressed by Darren Smith. They're showing some highlights there. My gosh.
Third down and 6 now. 4:34 to go first quarter. Hurts in the gun. Three receivers, and then they split Goddard out wide to make him 4. So give to Swift right side. Nice size hole across the 20. Swift to the 15, and then hit down by McCollum at the 14-yard line. There are really, really big holes in what was the number 2 rush defense in the league in Tampa Bay. That was right behind Cam Jurgens on the right side, and they're going to go hurry up.
Again, I mean, this is what you do. You're right. Cam Jurgens just blasting his guy off the ball there, being able to pick that up, and then Swift, just the explosiveness to hit the hole. I mean, you've got a lot of running backs could get some yards behind this O-line. We know that, but Swift is just that added element, and you're seeing the exact same thing that we saw against Minnesota, even though this is supposedly the number 2 rush defense in the league.
DeAndre Swift, 4 carries, 36 yards. He's averaging 9 yards a rush right now. We always said, what does a good running back look like behind this offensive line? Philadelphia might have figured that out, at least last week and at least early this week so far. Jamel Dean, one of the better cover corners in the NFC, is down for the Bucs on one knee with an injury timeout right now, as they're going to check on Dean with a first down and 10 coming for Philadelphia inside the red zone. And they should have had points that first drive. They turn it over on downs. Maybe points coming here on drive number 2. And the Eagle offense, Josh, for all the criticism it's received, it's looked pretty good so far.
It is, yeah. I mean, you don't like the first play call or the first drive play call for the third down and then the 4th down play, but you come right back and you say, well, right now you've got to look at what does Swift do and who should be the RB1. There's without question. I mean, you could see what he does behind this O-line. So don't change it. Don't get cute. Don't try to change things or just adjust because you're thinking you need to. Hopefully Brian Johnson stays with it, but I don't know. The fact that we didn't see it from Gainwell getting into the game, I know they love Gainwell, and he can have his carries, sure, but it just didn't feel like the right time. Hopefully we don't have that issue anymore.
A couple of people in the chat right now. Sydney family asks, where's Penny? Who cares where Penny is when you have DeAndre Swift, man? I'll take 0 over Penny right now. J-Dub says, give it to Swift.
Harsh, but
Aaron
true.
says, thanks for the excellent play-by-play. We appreciate that. Hope you guys are enjoying it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, listen, hey, I was saying
and for those
A.J.
that
Brown.
are telling people how to get super chats, we appreciate that.
Yes, if you don't know how to do it, just drop the super chat and get you entered into our hoodie giveaway happening during the third quarter. I might have to buy myself one of these without doing the giveaway for myself. This thing looks sick. I would rock the heck out of this thing. We're giving it away. Official Nike sideline hoodie happening during the third quarter, probably the end of the third quarter. So Super Chat's in right now, and stay tuned for that. I was saying, DraftKings, link down below, anytime first touchdown or whatever, first touchdown for the game, A.J. Brown, plus 800, you bet $100, you get a $900 back if he hits it. I wouldn't be mind finding number 11 right now in the back of the end zone.
It's not a bad play. I will say that, even whenever you picked it initially. So it looks like Victor Mott is saying Justin Evans to the locker room. I was going through. I'm not seeing anything on Twitter, and I didn't notice on the broadcast. I don't know if that's true or. Oh, wait. You know what? Yep, I did. Okay. I'm sorry. That took me a little bit. But Justin Evans going inside to the locker room. John McMullen.
Well, that means you're probably going to be seeing Sidney Brown, right? I would assume that unless they want to go Terrell Edmonds, it could be a Sidney Brown safety kind of night. He got one snap during the Viking game at safety. We'll see what he gets tonight if he's going to play. But right now we have bigger fish to fry as the Eagles have a first down and 10 inside the red zone with 4:01 to go here, first quarter. Hurts in the gun, directing traffic, 15 to go in the play clock. Agent 02 is right. From the 14-yard line, takes the snap. Here comes a four-man pressure. All day to throw, steps up, fires. That's caught. There's Jack Stoll, and he dropped it with a hit there from Devin White, who made some Instagram comments saying he wanted to be an Eagle this offseason. He stays in Tampa Bay and seemingly is having a great year despite having a little bit of a leg injury going into this game. Stoll across the middle. Wasn't that open? It'd be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it was going to be a little bit tough to begin with, like you said. I mean, he is open. Jalen, he kind of throws it to the side to get him hit. It's not the best throw. You're right. So he puts him in danger, but it hit him in the hands. I mean, you could say could have, should have caught it, but not the best throw.
Here's a play fake to Agent 0. Now throw right side. It's going to be caught and falling out of bounds as Goddard. They tossed a flag right in the area of a pick play. This might be offensive pass interference on Philadelphia and might push him back a little bit. Nick Sirianni, for whatever reason, can't coach up these guys trying to run these pick plays, and I think they just got the Eagles for another one.
Yeah, I was going to say that's what it looked like with.
Oh, no, it's an eligible man downfield. All right, so there's an RPO gone wrong. They're going to replay second down and back them up. So Philadelphia going the wrong way. Very similar to what happened the first drive and what happens the first drive against the Vikings and the Patriots. They get down in this red zone area, and they can't punch it in for a touchdown early on.
You got to be better. Yeah, it's Landon Dickerson, who was well beyond about 5 yards, so he's the only offensive lineman. It was the right call, but yeah, you just have to be better once you get into the red zone.
Second down at 15. Bucs showing a little bit of pressure here. Hurts is going to walk up to the line and check out of that play. 8 to go on the play clock. Hurts stomps his foot, takes the snap. Here comes an all-out pressure. Hurts steps up, throws right side. That's incomplete. Him and Goddard were not on the same page there as Hurts threw it to the right side. Goddard came to the left side. It'd be third down and 15.
Just out of sync. I don't know. Goddard's just cutting it into the inside. It looks like Hurts thought that he was going to either stay or cut out. Clearly off.
Could be one of those option routes where he gets to decide where he wants to go, and Hurts thought he would stay. Goddard goes to the inside, and you want to think that that's Goddard's fault. If you have an all-out pressure, you like to throw it outside versus inside where the bodies are coming, but either way, it doesn't matter now. Third down and 15. Here we go. They're going to go empty. 5 receivers on the field, including Zacchaeus. Hurts takes the snap. 4-man pressure. Looks around. Now he's going to roll to his right, facing some pressure. Now he's going to lob it into the end zone and out of bounds, and that is incomplete. It'll be fourth down and 15, and the Eagles' second straight solid drive has stalled, and you expect to see Jake Elliott here for a possible 3-point play and your first points of the night.
As Jalen's talking to Brian Johnson on the sideline, you wonder just play calling. It's hard at that point, obviously, for a 3rd and 15, but you just wonder about the plays before that got it to that situation. Again, penalties make it even tougher trying to overcome, but, at least the one most consistent thing I think you'd say so far for the Eagles' offense or scoring options, Jake Elliott for a 36-yard attempt.
There's Braden Mann wearing Aaron Sipos' jersey. Clean hold, good snap. This one up and good. And Philadelphia is on the board now with another early field goal in these games. 3-0 Eagles with 3:05 to go in an early first quarter.
All right. I mean,
sure.
To your point, you do want to see him cash in. You want to actually get into the red zone and come up with touchdowns rather than field goals there. But at least you're on the board, the defense has played fairly well. It's I don't know, it's okay, I guess. I wouldn't say that I'm not happy about it, but I'm
Right.
also not just super upset so far. It's still early in the game. There's time to figure some things out.
Zach makes a good point. Happy with the play calling. Execution is lacking at the moment. That does seem to be a pretty common theme, right? I mean, listen, a couple of throws there by Jalen Hurts weren't exactly on time or on target. Do you love the idea of, a 3rd down and 15 play call that didn't really do much for you? I think it is what it is. They get on the board. Let's see what the defense does going forward.
Yeah, they're going to get out here and hopefully they can keep up the pressure on Baker Mayfield. I mean, you've seen that it's thrown off just as much as, Jalen's been affected a little bit by some pressure and then a little bit of misreads as well, or maybe just kind of miscommunication in general from the offense. But you'd be happy so far from the defensive side.
So far, so good. We're still on commercial break right here as they're going to go and kick this one off. Listen, defensively, again, I feel like we've only seen a couple of drives from both teams because that's the case. We have only seen a couple of drives from both teams, but the defense has held up well, starting to get a little pressure on Baker Mayfield. He panicked a little bit on one of those throws, and that's kind of what you hope for Philadelphia to do the rest of the night. You make Baker Mayfield panic, you make him uncomfortable, and eventually he's going to throw it to one of these, opportunistic cornerbacks like James Bradbury or Darius Slay and flip this game on its head and maybe get Philadelphia rolling on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, but that's really what you need to see and want to see. I know there's comments, just of Brian Johnson not knowing what to do with Dallas Goedert. That's just a little, I don't know, surprising. We haven't seen something or more from Goddard because even the catches that he's given, we've mentioned. I mean, it's just not a whole lot. But the one for sure that we can all clearly see is when you get Swift the ball, that is the most successful thing. So keep running him whenever we can. And I don't know that you go away from it. I mean, unless he's tired, keep dialing up the run plays because that's the only thing that you want to do. We've got a self-made entertainment. No run plays called in the red zone. Shaking my head. Yeah, I mean, you got all the way down there. That's how you got down there. You don't have to change it necessarily. I mean, until they can prove that they could stop it. But that's been the most successful part of it. So we'll see. Also be interesting to see who plays safety with Justin Evans, who's questionable to return.
Elliott, go ahead and send this one away with 3:05 to go in this first quarter. If you guys have not hit the like button yet, I'm trying to get 200 likes between both of our channels. We'd really appreciate that. As the ball goes back out of the end zone, it's a touchback, and back out will come Baker Mayfield, who, if you believe it or not, being drafted in 2008, has started under 8 head coaches in his career, which is unbelievable to think about. I mean, think about being with Wilkes in the interim head coach for long after Matt Rule was fired, and then Sean McVay up in Los Angeles, now to Todd Bowles. It's a long list of head coaches, and seemingly settled in here and found his current home in Tampa Bay, but no points to show for here on his opening 2 drives. And here's a run, and a nice tackle there by Reed Blankenship.
Oh, yeah.
In the backfield. That's a loss of 1. It'll be 2nd down and long, and he had some space there if the Ghost didn't come up there and make a play.
Yeah, read it instantly. Starts kind of creeping towards the line and then makes a play on that situation. It looks like Terrell Edmonds, by the way, is in as the other safety. So worth noting on that side, but a great tackle by Reed.
That would have been a big, big run if not for Reed Blankenship coming back from the rib injury. Looks fully healthy to me. Made a couple of plays so far tonight. 2nd down and 11 for the Bucs in this offense from the Bucs 24-yard line. Baker in the gun. They're going to stack receivers to the right. Godwin low to the left. Takes the snap. 4-man pressure. Here comes a little bit as Baker steps up. He's hit. He's going to be sacked, and they got him down there. And that is, I can't tell who it is.
Marlon
Carter. And Marlon Tulo.
Marlon.
We can't say his last name. It's always hard to say. But Marlon gets the sack there.
Tuipulotu. That's our guy.
The hardest name to say. That was him and Jalen Carter. But it was Brandon Graham coming off the edge there, Josh, to kind of make Baker Mayfield step up here.
Yep, pressured him up. Almost thought there'd be a holding call, but not making him, but at least forced him to go up. And then, yeah, you're right. You get Marlon and Jalen Carter converging. I don't know officially. We'll see, I guess, who they credit that to, if it's going to be a half sack each or if it's Marlon. But Marlon got there first.
3rd down and 13. The Eagles' 5th sack of the season. Here's a delayed pressure. Baker looks, throws left. That's incomplete. As they were trying to throw to Job's side to Tompkins, that was double covered well by Philadelphia. There's a really nice 3-and-out. One of the better possessions by the Eagles so far this season defensively.
I'm loving what I'm seeing so far from Desai and the defense, honestly. I mean, what he's dialing up, it's been different. It's been just enough different, not to get cute, not to change up drastically, but you just saw there a delayed pressure. Hassan Reddick coming around the left side. I mean, that forced Baker to make a throw a little quicker, and it was a good coverage by Job.
Very quick first quarter, 1:41 to go. Here's your third Buck punt of the night. Eagles come after it. They don't get there. Covey standing all the way back at his 15-yard line. This is a booming kick as Covey catches it over the shoulder at the 5. He's got a long way to go. Gets a block from Ringo. Makes two-man miss across the 15 and down to the 19-yard line. That was a good return by Covey with not much to work from after a punt that must have gone 1,000 yards. As Covey makes it what would have been 1st and 10 at the 5, 1st and 10 at the 20. And back out comes Jalen Hurts and the Eagle offense that has been rolling but only have 3 points to show on 2 drives.
Yep, you want to see something there, but you know what? Hey, Covey, more yards too on the return. It's always scary to me, and I know that there wasn't a buck in sight, so it's probably better. But when you turn around and try to cover that after it's hit the ground and start rolling, it's just, I don't know, I get a little bit anxious. But he did well. You got it all the way, like you said, from the 5 up to the 20.
Let's see a little more Agent Zero here. He's averaging 9 yards a carry. He's in the pistol behind Jalen Hurts right now. We've seen Kenneth Gainwell once. Hurts from his 20. Turn give. Here's Swift running right side. Not a lot of room there as he has a block from Goddard and Lane Johnson. Falls forward for a gain of 2. There's a flag, though, and that's in the area of offensive holding.
Yeah, we might get holding here, I think, coming back. But, yeah, Swift, just his elusiveness. I know it's right there, assuming we'll see what this whole – yeah, it's a holding call.
Yep.
Defensive
holding.
Okay.
Wow.
We will take that. Not
as
often you see the defensive holding
those
there.
Those are my favorite. Yeah, those are great. They get gains number 96, and that'll move the ball up 5 yards, and Philadelphia have basically an automatic first down.
Yeah, I was going to say it was I expected just, again, with the flag in the area where it was going to be the hold, but on the offense. But Swift there again, I mean, it's a run where it's not going to get a whole lot, and it ends up getting a couple yards negated by the hold, fortunately, there. But
Hurts to throw on first down. There's looks like Dante Smith on the right side. It's a catch for 15, and a really good out route by Swift, and Smith, and a really good throw by Jalen Hurts, and it's another pitch and toss, and they're throwing the ball well tonight, Josh.
Yep, he is. There's been a couple misses, obviously, for I think more of miscommunication, but for putting it on the spot. I mean, Jalen puts it right there.
What a route.
Little comeback route. He's got enough time
to
the O-line be able to block and just pitch and catch.
First down and 10, 42 seconds to go first quarter. Hurst takes the snap, 4-man pressure, stands in the pocket. Now he's going to roll to his right, pump fakes. He's got Devin White chasing him, slides very, very nicely across the, I couldn't tell what yard line, but it's a gain of 6. You'd love to see Jalen Hurts not take a hit there, protect the football, and that should end the first quarter.
I love it.
After a gain of 5.
I'm okay with that slide. That no need to take shots there in those situations. So no need to go in there and try to fight for a couple extra yards.
Eagles hurried to the line here with 10 to go. They don't need to call a play. They're going to line up as if they want to. Hurts is going to be in the gun. I don't think they're snapping this ball, and the answer is absolutely not. They'll change ends, and we will go to the second quarter. Philadelphia 3, Tampa Bay nothing. Eagles with the football and driving right now.
There you go, 3-0. And hey, honestly, on that last pass play that Hurts ended up taking off and running there too. I mean, again, the pass protection has been solid. Jalen's had some time. DeAndre Swift in pass protect too was helping to pick up a blitz. He got a little help on the right side from Lane Johnson also. But I mean, there's some positives. We can knock for sure the play calling on the first opening drive, but the fact that you've got a little bit better, I don't know, it seems like the chemistry, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Let's keep Swift in there. Thankfully, we've started to see that since the Kenny Gainwell run. But that's the best recipe for success. You open up the running game, and all of a sudden they're going to have to come in and try to stop that. And you see some open routes where you throw to Devonta Smith and pick up a first down. So just got to keep that going.
Josh H. with the $2 Super Chat, 2 entries into our sideline Nike hoodie giveaway happening at the end of the third quarter. He says, AJ changed his cleats. Did he really? He got rid of the neon ones? I didn't see it. But I'll take your word for it there. We get you 2 entries in to win a Kelly Green Nike NFL hoodie here as it gets colder and colder in Philadelphia and around the United States. Joshua say my man is here for the cleats. Yeah, hey, listen, I think the neon cleats look good too. I'd be pointing it out as well. Although maybe they changed cleats because they don't like how the field feels. Where have we heard that one before?
Yeah, which field are we talking about there?
Not
but
sure.
I didn't notice that, but I appreciate the coverage there because I I had no clue, honestly.
As we get ready to go here for the second quarter, as they take us to commercial breaks, we have a little more time here. It's a pretty quick first quarter, it felt like. I'm not going to lie. Living on the East Coast, a 7 o'clock kick versus an 8:15 kick on Monday night, thumbs up. Thank you, NFL,
probably a little
because
better.
the 8 o'clock nights are absolutely brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Yeah. They can't be super fun whenever you're dealing with it like that, especially like you say the 8:15s, because then you know what, you're coming up on probably midnight for most of the ending, if not later for some of the ending of the games.
Yeah, it's a little bit too late. A little bit too late. Seeing a lot of tweets here talking about how bad the red zone offense has been. Yeah, it's not been great. It's not been great. But here we go for the second quarter, and Josh takes over, and the Eagles are driving.
All righty, here we go. It looks like Dave Zangaro tweeted that Justin Evans has returned to the sideline, but still chatting with the trainer and stretching his neck. So possibly still questionable. We'll see whenever the Eagles defense is back on the field. But it was worth noting Terrell Edmunds was in there for Evans, but then Sidney Brown did see a couple snaps on the last drive, or at least one where he was in there in the slot. So you had your answer to the question of a little bit here and there. The Eagles have the ball now at the 46-yard line, a 2nd and 5. Hurts in the gun. He's got Swift to his right, takes the snap, has plenty of time, throws over the middle, and it looks like it was tipped incomplete. I don't think they didn't look clean. It must have been tipped at the line, I think.
That wouldn't have gone very far anyway. He was trying to find Goddard, and there were about 3 Bucs around him. And it'd be 3rd down and 5. I could tell if it was tipped, if it was slipped out of his hands. They're not going to give us a replay. They're talking about Todd Bowles in the broadcast right now, but not that pretty. And another 3rd down opportunity for the Eagles to maybe convert one here, huh?
You can hope so. We had a 3rd and 5, so we'll see. Will the Bucs blitz? So there's 37% of pass plays, which is the highest in the NFL since 2019. So will we see a blitz here? But it's 3rd and 5 from the 46. Jalen in the gun again. He sends Zacchaeus out right, takes the snap. There is a blitz coming. Swift picks it up. Jalen moves out to the left side, has a little time, buying time, and he's just going to throw it away. No one to go to. A good pickup by DeAndre Swift, but just no one open there and has to throw it away.
Jeez, they couldn't find anybody open downfield. Broadcast doesn't give us a look at the secondary, but he had a good 5 seconds to chuck that one to whoever he wanted and has to throw it out of bounds and another punt. It's a good Buck defense, but still, you'd like to get this ball out a little bit faster.
Yeah, I was wondering. I thought he might, especially the way that, again, we've had a little knock on some running backs being able to pick up the blitz, but he had some time there. Just nothing to go. So 4th and 5, there'll be a punt by Braden Mann, the new guy. He gets the punt away, almost blocked. There was a little bit close, but gets it away, and fair caught at the 15. So a pretty good punt. You got the coverage down there, force a fair catch, and your first action for the new punter.
All right. It looked like he was going to get blocked, but thankfully it did not. Let's go to a 1946 Connie Mack Eagle fan. 5 entries into our Nike Kelly Green hoodie giveaway. He said we should use Penny on short yardage to keep Swift fresh. Why burn him out and get hurt? Well, I mean, there's only been one running back not named Rashad Penny not named DeAndre Swift for one play, and that was Gainwell. We ever going to see Rashad Penny in a consistent amount of carries, Josh? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so, unless he's still secretly recovering, a little bit from the injury, or they just don't feel like he's 100% like full speed. Maybe we see it later in the season, but I don't think so. The writing's kind of on the wall, I feel like, for what we've seen so far.
Got you down for 5 entries into the hoodie giveaway.
Yes, got you down, Connie. All right, so it's 1st and 10. Bucs take the ball at the 16. Baker drops back, finds a little screen pass to the left. It's complete, breaks a tackle up the left side. Rashad White before he's finally run out of bounds by Sidney Brown, and a pickup of about 16 or so. Missed tackle from Reed Blankenship there.
Yeah, he had a chance to make this about an 8-yard gain, and instead, nice play there from White. I believe Nolan Smith was rushing the passer there. I could be wrong. My eyes might have fooled me, but might have seen Nolan Smith and Sidney Brown on this Eagle defense at the same time, but didn't work out that well on the first down play, and that's one of the big positive plays by the Bucs so far tonight.
You were right, and Nolan's still in there. He's on the right side. So Baker takes a snap. It's a handoff, going to take a dive up the middle, and it is stonewalled by Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis and several others.
Nolan Smith was technically in on that, but he kind of got swallowed up by Jordan Davis. The two were standing next to each other, and Jordan Davis is about triple his size. So,
he really is.
Credit to Nolan Smith for surviving that, because Jordan Davis bulldozed everybody in front of him there for no gain.
You look at Jordan Davis and you see like what he's listed on the Eagles roster. It just doesn't compute. It's like you see other guys and you're like, how is he only that much different? But 2nd and 10, Bucs hit delayed handoff to Rachaad White up the middle, has a hole, and he'll pick up about 6 or 7 yards actually, make it a much more manageable 3rd down and 3 here.
Eagles came on a delayed linebacker blitz there by Zach Cunningham, and it didn't work. I mean, whoever picked him up, Christian Ellis actually was in there with Nicholas Morrow. And Ellis blitzed, and that did not work at all. And Morrow got picked up by the tight end. So a good save there by Brandon Graham. 3rd down and 3 coming.
Yeah, definitely backfired in that scenario. So 3rd and 3, Baker Mayfield, empty set. He's in the gun, going to take the snap, fire over to the left side, complete to Evans for a 1st down, and brought down at the 46-yard line. That's one of those plays where we talk about it. It's a soft zone. I mean, you're giving them the 1st down. It was a clear, easy slant route for the 1st.
He's being doubled here technically. There's Job, and he had Blankenship with safety help. But we keep saying 3rd down and 3. You give Mike Evans 7 yards of cushion. Let's do some math here. That's an easy pitch and toss. I don't understand why that continues to be the case. But what are you gonna do?
Doesn't make a whole lot of sense there, but 1st and 10, Baker Mayfield dropping back, feels a little pressure over to the right side, complete to White, breaks a tackle to Slay, and finally brought down by a number of Eagles, but before he picks up about 5 or 6 yards, so bring up a 2nd and 4.
Morrow and Christian Ellis were both the linebackers in on that play. I would love to know why we're not seeing the standard, Zach Cunningham in, at least on base defensive downs on 1st down, but it remains to be seen. Missed tackle by Slay, and I think Milton Williams missed as well, and gain of 6 could have been a gain of 3.
Apparently, I owe 10 push-ups for every Mike Evans catch because I'm playing him on my fantasy team, so for what that's worth. But 2nd and 4, Mayfield in the gun. Throws to the left side. It's a screen pass and immediately hit, but breaks the tackle before brought down by James Bradberry. And that was a fantastic play. Initially, the contact from Sidney Brown before Bradberry finishes him off.
Brown just lowered his shoulder and bulldozed his receiver trying to block in front of him. And he said Bradberry finished him off. And most we've seen Sidney Brown, and so far, so good.
Love to see that. We talk about the physicality, the speed that he plays with, but he recognized it immediately, just pushed through the block. The play that we don't like on when we're running it, it kind of backfires there for Tampa. So 3rd and 3, Baker in the gun. He's got White to his left. He's going to have Godwin come in motion to the right. Now send him back out. Takes the snap, 4-man rush over the middle, complete to Godwin. He has space, and he's finally brought down to the 29. He beat Bradberry there on just a little slant off the slot.
Wow. They had Darius Slay lined up one-on-one on Mike Evans, and he thought they were going to go that way, and instead it's Godwin on a simple in route, just gets the inside leverage on James Bradberry. No one within a couple of yards of him after the catch. Blankenship cleans it up, and here's a really good drive brewing by the Bucs, and there's James Bradberry trying to figure out the slot.
Yeah, and this may be an overreaction statement. I know this is just one play, but that was a play that looked like James Bradberry was very uncomfortable in the slot position. I mean, just the way he played that, he didn't look super comfortable. Again, it's just one play, but Baker takes a snap, going to fire a tight end screen, but incomplete. That might have had some yards. He had some blockers. K. Dotton drops it, but that could have picked up several yards there. He had some blockers out in front.
Yeah, they went ahead and kind of baited Reddick to come up the right side and over pursue there to open up what would have been a nice gain for a tight end screen. Simple drop and go back down to 2nd down and 10. Ninth play of this drive.
Here we go. 2nd and 10. Baker in the gun. 2 receivers right and left. The handoff up the middle. And Jordan Davis, again, beats him at the point of attack and brings him down. It ends up being a gain of 1 from Tucker, but if you want to see the discrepancy in, Jordan Davis is twice that dude's size. He meets him immediately.
All this talk of Jordan Davis year 2, was he going to make the next step? Was he going to be good? Is he a bust? He might be the best performing defensive lineman Philadelphia has on this team right now. He's playing lights out, and there he is on a passing situation, getting a nice run stop and doing well to hold him to 3rd down and 8.
There you go, 3rd and 8. 3 receivers to the right. Evans in motion. Baker takes the snap. 4-man rush. Has time. Fires over the middle. It's incomplete. Otten was intended man. There's a flag on the play, though. It's probably going to be a defensive pass interference on Job. Job was in coverage, and I was curious if that was something there, if it was just a drop, but it looks like they may be calling it on Job.
They need to give us a replay here. Ref is still waiting to announce. Let's see. Yeah, it is.
Yep. Pass interference. Well, you were hopeful that was just going to be a drop or nothing called there, but
they're playing, deep safeties. They're rotating coverage to Mike Evans' side, so they come back to a man-to-man on Ottman, and Job holds on a little too long. Now, Ottman begins the, the contact there, but the flag goes on the Eagles, and into the red zone go the Tampa Bay Bucs.
Man, yeah, there was physicality there, but I could see probably why you call it. But 1st and 10, Baker's a handoff to Rachaad White, and Matt immediately brought down by Sweat. Not even really a gain of 1. That was a great play by Sweat.
And Marlin in on that play as well. We'll slide in a super chat if we can. Philly Cheese X here with 2 entries. Davis just ate that dude nom nom. Yeah, he did. He looked like Pac-Man a couple of plays ago. That was really something there. As Cheese Whiz has got 2 entries into our sideline Nike hoodie giveaway happening during the 3rd quarter. Get your super chats in right now for your chance to win it.
There you go. Got you down. All right, so it brings up 2nd and 9. They're going to credit him with a yard, but Baker Mayfield, fake handoff, play action, rolling out right, pressured by Jalen Carter, and he's going to throw it up and out of bounds. He had Godwin, but pushed out of bounds by Terrell Edmonds.
Yeah, you said Jalen Carter. That was impressive. He had a lot of pressure in Baker Mayfield's face, caused the incomplete pass. Godwin catches this, but he's well out of bounds. They're showing the replay right now. And he is, neither foot makes it as Edmonds is in coverage. And a chance for the Eagles to hold him to a field goal here as 3rd down and 9 comes. Here comes the 12th play of the drive here as the Eagle fans are pretty darn loud at Raymond James Stadium.
Here we go. Baker takes the snap, pressured by Reddick, and he gets it away. He's got Evans, but it's dropped. It's dropped, broken up by Sidney Brown.
Wow.
That was a touchdown, and Sidney Brown breaks it up. 4th down.
Oh, my gosh. Baker kind of floated this to Evans on the right side, and Sidney must have gotten on his horse to get there. He's falling as he does, and yes, the hand on Evans' right arm makes the difference. Wow.
That was a play.
Wow.
I mean, diving there, just gets a hand on it. I think Evans still, he's probably saying he should have caught that because he didn't look like he was as sure-handed there, but credit Sidney Brown somehow getting there. I thought it was a for sure happening, but now brings up a 33-yard field goal attempt, and it is up and good. So it'll be a 3-3 game with 8:33 to play in the 2nd quarter, but what a play by Sidney Brown. Man, he's getting on the field. We wondered, would it happen? Where is he going to play? You got Sidney Brown trying to stop Mike Evans and able to force the incompletion.
Wow. Sean Sarcasm says Josh would have had to do squats if he caught that one. If I was wondering, Josh started Mike Evans tonight, so in his fantasy
I don't know what the payment is for that. And apparently it's 1 catch is 10 push-ups, but if a touchdown, let me know what I owe for that. So thankfully not.
Almost 600 people watching right now on both of our channels combined. 170 likes, though. We need some likes for Sidney Brown. How about that? Come on. We keep wondering when the young guy's going to get in on some actual meaningful defensive snaps, and hey, he just did, right? Come on. That was good stuff right there. And to hold him to 3 after the best drive of the Bucs night so far goes a long way. And the bend but don't break defense that has stuck with Philadelphia have been their mantra for years now. It bent, it didn't break, and again, Nolan Smith got some plays on that defensive series. Obviously, Sidney Brown is playing like the entire time, and he shows that speed. It's the closing speed of Sidney Brown. He blew up that screenplay a couple of plays earlier, gets to Evans on somewhat of a blown coverage on the right side to save the touchdown. A+ from Sidney Brown so far. Now the offense needs to get rolling here and put one in the end zone.
I would say so, yeah. And it does. I guess a question for you here too is, does that answer some questions? Because we had all these people saying like, why are we not seeing Nolan Smith? Why are we not seeing Sidney Brown? Why are these other guys not playing as much? And again, it's like first game of the season. That could be understandable. A shortened week, but this is a mini bye to get guys ready and prepared. And you just mentioned it. I mean, we're seeing more of a Nolan Smith and a Sidney Brown and guys like that. It's good for them. But do you take it to mean, there's not as much concern that the fact that we're actually seeing these guys because, so far they played fairly well.
I think that we underestimate how tough a a short week for week 2 was going to be, right? I mean, the fact that they only had a couple of days after the Patriots game to change things and figure things out goes to show what you just said. They probably didn't have time to get him inserted there, and they were too scared of Justin Jefferson burning you. Well, you had 11 days to prepare for Mike Evans and company, and so far, so good.
Love to see it. We got Michael Duhon, Sydney for president. Yeah, just seeing a play like that, and the fact that you had the play before it too. I mean, just think about the impact on that last defensive drive there. We know what Jalen Carter is, but still, the fact that the play before, Jalen Carter is the one putting the pressure on Baker Mayfield to make him throw it out of bounds, intended for Godwin. But this group, man, I love seeing a play like that.
So you got 8:33 to go in the second quarter, and the Eagles are going to get the ball back. They've taken 3 drives into Bucs territory and have 3 points to go ahead and show for it, with the offense having some opportunities. Hang on, say it. I know what you're saying.
Hey, who's back there to return?
Allen.
Is Devin Allen. Devin Allen, here we go.
Is he really?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but he's being shown. So I'm like, okay, we saw Covey for the punt return. We got Devin Allen back there. We might get to see something here.
Here we go. I just kick it to him. If I was the Bucs, I'd test him out. Is he ready?
Might as well.
And
there we go. It's being kicked to Devin Allen. He's going to get a return. He's going to take it from the goal line at the 10, up the left side, tries to make a man miss and brought down at the 15 or 16. That was not great blocking, to be honest. I mean, he's not going to do a whole lot there, but not the first return we probably want to see.
Fun while it lasted, huh?
He's got to get a couple of shots. I mean,
of course.
You're not going to win them all. He wasn't able to really showcase too much speed there, but
if you're the
Bucs, at least he's back there.
You kick it to him. You ready for your first ever NFL game? I guess so. Here we go. Gainwell checks in as your running back to Hurts. Josh, here we go.
Okay, Gainwell is in as the back right now. Hurts in the gun. 8:29 in the second quarter. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Hurts going to take the snap. Fake handoff to Gainwell. Drops back. Plenty of time on the 4-man rush. Dumps off to Gainwell. Going to go up to about the 21 and brought down by the Bucs defenders there. Brings up a 2nd and about 5.
Here's your first look at Kenny Gainwell after that 4th down and 2 run on the opening drive where he did nothing and Eagle fans ripped him in our comment section and probably comment sections around the world. Maybe this is the Gainwell drive. They don't really go tit for tat, taking you out play by play. It's kind of like you're in for the whole drive and then they swap it for the next player, and sure enough, he's in there on 2nd down and 4.
There you go. 2nd and 4. Gainwell in again, like you said, to the left in the gun. Hurts is going to survey the defense. Possibly changing the play or audibling here. Gainwell now to the right side. He'll take the snap. Blitz coming. Picked up fairly well. Jalen has plenty of time. Now he's going to roll out right. Still looking downfield. Fires it over the middle. And incomplete, intended for A.J. Brown. Would have had a 1st down.
Hurts looked for his first option in what was a clean pocket despite the blitz. Didn't like it for whatever reason. Then rolls outside and tries to throw across his body as he goes right and A.J. Brown goes left. And it's a hard throw to make. He puts it in the dirt. What do you want him to do?
Yeah. I think he's going to wish he had that one back, though. I mean, I could have made the throw, but you'd love for it to be a little closer to that. I agree, though. It's a hard throwing him across the body, especially whenever he's being blitzed that way. But 3rd and 4. Blitz showing from the Bucs. Jalen in the gun. Gainwell to his left. He's got Smitty and A.J. to his right. Takes the snap over the middle. Complete to Goddard. First down. Breaks a tackle and brought down at the 34-yard line. And you have a very positive play to Dallas Goedert.
Is that his biggest play of the season? It might be. And that's right where he was
for sure.
For like a billion catches last year. This is what Goddard does best. Good pickup by Lane Johnson. They came on a slot blitz there. Hurts stood in a very clean pocket. Easy pitch and toss. And that's your first 3rd down completion of the night for Jalen Hurts. And your 2nd catch for Dallas Goedert. It's been targeted 4 times.
Yep. Longest gain of the season for him, too. His last game was 6 catches for 22 yards. So, all right. You got a big positive play now. 1st and 10, handoff to Gainwell up the left side. He's going to go up and be brought down by White, but not before he gains about 7 yards or so. A big hole.
Jeez, Devin White rode his back for another 4 yards there. And
yeah.
Hey, a good run by Gainwell. Hey, anyone can run behind this offensive line. And we love Swift. We think he's more elusive. We think he's faster. We think he's better. But you and I could still get about 10 carries and probably 30, 35 yards rushing because the holes are just so darn big. And while people want to see Swift over Gainwell, a nice run there for 8 on first down, they need to keep pounding this rock until they're proven they can't run the ball anymore.
They do, and we're getting questions. Why is Penny not playing? We can answer that here in a second, but I think they just like the other back. So Jalen takes a snap, 4-man pressure, looks over to the right, pressured now, moves back up, and he fires over to the left side. He's got a man. It's complete to Zacchaeus, who got behind the defense and goes down all the way to the 32 of Tampa. That play looked dead to rights, and Jalen almost getting sacked, but finds Olamide Zacchaeus behind the defense.
That play was a microsecond away from a strip sack of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh my god!
I thought he was going down. I really did.
The ability to set his feet and make that throw, though. Wow.
Gets it done.
Zacchaeus in for Quez Watkins.
I was going to say, Olamide Zacchaeus getting some action there, making a play. So 1st and 10, handoff to Gainwell, going to take the carry up to the right side, cuts back to the counter to the left, and before he's brought down a gain of about a yard. Made a couple guys miss. At least it wasn't a negative play there, but did pick up a yard. And it brings up a 2nd and 9, 5:18 left in the second quarter. Eagles and Bucs tied at 3. We had the question earlier, why is Penny not playing? Why is he not really getting carries? I mean, again, I think we know the answer. We've seen enough, even from the preseason and kind of the training camp talk, but certainly the first couple games. They just trust Gainwell, but certainly, thankfully, they trust DeAndre Swift more. And I just don't think you're going to see him a whole lot, really, unless there's maybe injuries would be my opinion. All right, as Hurts in the gun, empty set, takes the snap, 4-man rush, plenty of time over the middle, complete to A.J. Brown and brought down at the 29 of Tampa. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 4.
Here's Brown's 5th target of the night already after seemingly not being heavily favored in the game plan a week ago. Caused the whole drama on the sideline. You remember Thursday Night Football, and was he whining about snap counts or whining about targets? Who really knows? But they've had a very serious emphasis of getting him on the field and getting him as many throws as possible. But now you got a 3rd down and 5. The Eagles are 2 for 5 on 3rd down right now from the Buck 29. Let's get this 1st down.
Here you go, and it is the 3rd and 5, 4:09 on the clock. There is
they false started.
Looks like, yep, false start.
Got her. 3rd and 5 becomes 3rd and 10. Sick.
Okay, well, we hate these down and distance, and it's already been difficult, as we've seen on 3rd down. You just make it that much worse to back it up to 3rd and 10. See what Jalen and the offense can do. You're questionable. I mean, in field goal range, it's Jake Elliott, as we know, but come on, you don't want this drive that looked promising to start. As Hurts takes the snap, 4-man rush in the gun. He's got enough time surveying the field, still time, and he fires over the middle, and he's got a man complete.
Yes!
It's a touchdown!
Yes!
Olamide Zacchaeus again beats the defense.
Oh my goodness!
Touchdown! A 45-yard pass from a 34-yard pass from Jalen Hurts to Olamide Zacchaeus, and that was one I thought was going to be picked, but it's a touchdown.
Wow. Hurts, he double clutches. He moves around in the pocket. He takes a big shot at the end here, and I thought it was to be picked too because I think he got a little bit of his arm hit here, and it disrupted the throw. Yes, he did.
He did.
And he put it right over the cornerback into Zacchaeus' hands. Wow.
Let's go. And the snap is up for the PAT, and it is good. So 10-3. And, man, what a play. We talked about Zacchaeus. He didn't have a catch coming into the game, but he's gotten 2 big catches behind the defense both times, showing that replay. Man, that was, inches away from certainly being incomplete and broken up. But, yeah, I'm with you. As soon as it got tossed, it just didn't look like it had enough zip on it. I thought it was going to be picked. But there you go. You got a touchdown and a big play, too.
Baby.
You got a 3rd down, touchdown. That's what we want to see. We want to see the swag and just the bigger plays from the offense, but we got it.
Let's get some thumbs up here. Almost to 200 for the entire show, 600 people watching. That was a really good throw. That was a really, really impressive throw by Jalen Hurts, and what was a very good drive. Listen, Philadelphia, they've moved the football well tonight. They've had their opportunities inside Buck territory on all 4 possessions, but they've only come up with 3 points until that throw. that creates a little bit more pressure on the Bucs now, maybe some more passing situations, and this defensive line that's gotten some good pressure early on maybe can start to eat a little more and get some more pressure.
Yep. And I mean, we talk about too, going back to the touchdown pass. You got to give kudos to the offensive line because I mean, how much time did Jalen have there? And he had it on multiple plays, during that drive. And of course, now we got comments of Zacchaeus should be the full-time slot. He should be the guy. You
There
make the
it is.
questions for Quez Watkins not being here. But hey, he's made a couple plays. Give it to Zacchaeus. I don't think that we're there yet in terms of what the Eagles coaching staff is going to do. But, hey, it's an extra wrinkle. And I love to see the fact that you're taking some shots too. I mean, we've seen a lot of times it's felt vanilla with a play calling. It's felt like you're not really getting these big plays, but not only on a 3rd and 10, you're thinking, okay, it might be difficult to get the first down. And hey, you know what? It's better. You just get a touchdown, just score. That's a fantastic drive. Love to see that.
You still have time here to get the ball back and hopefully, create something else. That was exactly what you wanted Philadelphia to do. You wanted them to have a passing touchdown with Jalen Hurts standing in the pocket, leading them on a drive, convert a couple of 3rd downs, and make some big plays. That's the one thing that Philadelphia's been lacking, especially early in this game, is plays on 3rd down. Jalen Hurts was 0 for 3 before that drive and now went 3 for 3 on that drive on 3rd down, including that passing touchdown on 3rd down and 10. Now that maybe the Eagle crowd that is very heavy right now in Raymond James Stadium, they get a little louder. And this defensive front gets a going here as they're back and showing us the replay.
Gosh, what a play. It felt like it was going to be negative here. And especially the time that Jalen had. He had plenty of time. And then to throw it at the last second, it did. It looked like one of those balls you're throwing up there, and it's just easily going to be picked by the defense. And I couldn't tell who that was on the Bucs that had the chance there. Was that Dean?
It was.
Yeah, that was Dean. Okay, so Dean had the chance.
Right
he looked like he had it. He was. I think he was very certain that he was about to get a pick there. But you know what? It counts for the Eagles there. You got 7 points, so up 10-3, 3:32 in the second quarter. And I feel a lot better. I think I saw a comment earlier. First breath I've taken since 7:15 on the game clock. There's a little concern. So
hey,
here we go.
Mike Rose says, "What happened? Stream East stopped working. Not sure what that means, but Bucs are about to come out here for another possession from their 25.
Here we go. Baker in the gun. He's got White to his left. He's going to take the snap, hand off to White. Going to have some patience and some blocking before he cuts out to the right side and chased and brought down by Graham, but only a gain of about 2 yards. Good pursuit by Graham on the play.
Should have been negative. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
They let him kind of just hang on behind the center and the guard for like 2 seconds before he cuts out to the right side.
Eagles' run defense is legit. I mean, they came in as the #1 rushing team in terms of stopping the run defensively in the National Football League. They are right there again tonight, and you got to work hard to run on this football team.
No doubt. Definitely a reason being the #1 rush defense in the league is there's 2:53 to play in the second quarter. Baker Mayfield going to take the snap here. He's going to fake handoff to White over the right side, complete to Godwin, and he might have a first down before he's pushed out of bounds by Josh Jobe, and there's a flag here. Not sure what that will end up being there, but it's very soft coverage. We'll see what the call is. This is an eligible man
downfield, as this was an RPO play. So they got the Eagles on this one and Landon Dickerson earlier, and they're going to get the Bucs on it too, and that's going to negate the first down.
All right, there you go.
James McBride says, "Cool helmets, Thomas. Thank you. You like these right here, little mini helmets? I appreciate that. That.
Those are nice. I'm a fan of both. I love the Kelly Green as they are showing the weather here. We got comments too saying it is starting to rain. I guess so. It is looking like it's coming down.
It's raining heavy right now.
Baker in the gun. 10-3, 2:32 on the game clock. Takes the snap, fake handoff. Barnett pressuring over the middle. It's picked.
No!
It is picked. Reed Blankenship with the interception, and it is at the 36-yard line. Baker Mayfield does not look happy about that, and you called it. Baker was going to throw an interception. Reed Blankenship is there.
How about the ghost, man? Comes back from the rib injury. The rain starts to happen, and Baker, we got to see the replay here, but I think he misses this throw. Reed's coming from the other side of the field. Baker's trying to find the right side here, and Godwin in the slot, and Reed reads it the entire way. It's not the best throw, but it's not the worst throw. Reed Blankenship just jumped over that route and dives for the interception.
He did, yeah. Intended for Godwin,
Wow.
but like you say, Barnett putting the pressure on him, forces the throw, and Reed Blankenship just baited and took it. Yeah, let's try to not have any spoilers though. I know some guys are definitely ahead, but to make sure we're on this, Mark, I saw the INT comment, so let's
it
try
would
to
be
not
nice
do
not to.
that. As the Eagles are going to take the ball here, Kenny Gainwell up the middle, going to gain about 6 or 7 yards, a good hole, and down at the what was that? The 30-yard line, 2:15 on the game clock and counting.
That was the first turnover of the season by the Bucs offense there for Reed Blankenship and the Eagles.
Gosh, love to see that. I mean, this is, you talk about both sides of the ball. We kind of finally get the offense to wake up a little bit as the 2-minute warning is here. So they're going to let it go all the way down. As why wouldn't you? You got the ball in Bucs territory, 3 timeouts, 2nd and 4 coming up. So they'll probably go to commercial break here. But yeah, like seeing the offense and kind of getting things clicking, but then the defense, the way it's played so far too, I mean, the Bucs have some weapons. We talked about it pregame. Question, are they going to be able to limit Mike Evans? Are they going to be able to limit a Chris Godwin? And there's some other options there. At times, you could say, sure, there's been some soft zone coverage and allowing some easy first downs and stuff. But for the most part, the defensive line putting pressure on Baker Mayfield. We've seen some errant throws, obviously, with the interception, but a couple other errant throws as well. So, there's a case to be made. I think nothing too surprising, but hey, you know what? A novel idea or a thought. You put pressure on the QB, and next thing you know, mistakes happen.
David Turn says, you guys showing out, or young guys showing out, Carter, Davis, and Oz. Yes, all the young players. Blankenship's young as well. 2 entries in there to our hoodie giveaway happening during the third quarter. Drop a super chat to get entered in, and you might be the one we send this hoodie to this week. And you all warm, looking good, and rocking the Kelly green. Maybe in Philadelphia if you live there, or anywhere else in the United States. So we're sending this one out during the third quarter. So get your super chats in right now. All you got to do is drop a super chat, and that gets you entered in. $1 is 1 entry, 5 is 5 entries, 2 here is 2 entries, and then we're going to randomly spin the wheel of people who have done the super chat during the show and pick our winner a little bit later on tonight. So, David, you're locked in and good to go. Good chance to go 2 for 1 here for Philadelphia, right? They obviously received the football to start the game. No, sorry, they deferred to start the game. So you saw the Bucs out there first. Am I right on that? I don't even remember now. Yeah, because didn't we defer?
We deferred, yep.
Right. So they could get the ball here, score, go up 17-3, get the ball after halftime, and really blow this game wide open.
Yeah, this could get very good for us very quickly in that sense. So I think, obviously, great situation. You're not trying to hurry because you have plenty of time in those 3 timeouts. But yeah, you kind of march down the field a little bit. You score, don't have a whole lot of time for the Bucs. You get the ball back at the start of the second half. You go down and, kind of take full advantage of this game. You're already in a decent spot for sure. But you don't have to get crazy. I still want to see, and this is big to me. I think a lot of people would agree, obviously, because like you mentioned, you got the 2 for 1, but also the play calling here, right? I mean, there's possibly the feeling of like, all right, we're in a decent spot. Let's not do anything too crazy. But I'm hopeful that Brian Johnson and the offense is still going to say, you know what, we got to get up, be aggressive. We're not changing things. It appears to be raining from the last look we got. I don't know if it's still that case. So maybe there's, get it a little bit less likely for turnovers or playing it safe on that side. But you're getting the rushing attack going. The passing game's starting to open up. So hopefully we'll see that. It's 2nd and 4. Hurts take the snap as a designed run, take up the left side, breaks a tackle before he's finally brought down just short of the sticks. It'll be a 3rd and 1. I couldn't see who that was on the Bucs to bring him down. He did break the first tackle, but couldn't on the second.
Yeah, this is the old grab his undershirt and hang on and extend it by about 10 feet. It looks like cheese as he pulls that white shirt from his back, and now they're going to go with the
tush
quarterback
push
sneak.
here, or the quarterback sneak, however you want to call it. And he might be.
I think he got it on second effort.
We'll see. I was going to say it looked like he was short initially. You're right. The second effort, they're standing right on the line here. So we'll see. They may measure it. I'd assume they'll measure it being this close. But nope.
First down.
He said first down. Okay.
Here's the problem, though. This is burning a lot of time, and the Eagles have timeouts, but they didn't take one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with it. I see your point. I feel like I'm okay with it. You still have 3. There's a minute left on the game clock. You're at the 28-yard line, 27-yard line.
Now they blow it dead.
They blew it dead.
They're going to review. Oh, jeez.
Okay. Booth review.
Sick. Really sick. It's going to take forever. How are they going to be able to tell?
No clue. No clue. Yeah, like when do you say that his momentum stopped? Like the initial go, which give the
Yeah, he
Bucs
didn't
credit
get
because
it.
they limited a lot better than some teams. I mean, it was initial push, he didn't get it. In the second effort, looks like Jalen was able to get there, but I don't know how you're gonna see anything. It's not like we've got VAR for soccer or anything
Yeah,
here.
right.
Good luck.
Let's go to a James McBride super chat here. 5 entries into our Kelly Green hoodie happening during the end of the third quarter. Another entry in there. It looks good. As I see Decatur saying, didn't look like he got it at first. He didn't, but, what's forward progress, right? When does forward progress happen? When did they blow the whistle dead? I think they blew the whistle after he had made it across the line to gain, and this should be a first down. They called it a first down the sideline, and so, what are you going to do? Reverse this with clear, conclusive evidence? I don't see it happening.
Surely not. No.
I'd be surprised.
As tennis analysis says, Sidney Brown thigh injury returned questionable, and now I'm seeing that too. Jimmy Kinsky saying that on Twitter. So
I see it too.
That's not good. Don't like to hear that. And you've already got Justin Evans, who's questionable with the neck injury.
So you're basically down to Terrell Edmonds. Pretty much down to Terrell Edmonds now. Great. Yeah, I'm seeing that too.
And what is it with the injuries? I mean, hopefully it's nothing major, but still, even these like questionable injuries, kind of playing, kind of not, just can't catch a break. It seems like 2, 3, 4 guys at least in these first couple games. All right, was there another one or just James? I got James down.
I think it was just.
If you said there's another.
It was just James. I didn't think I saw another super chat in there, but you can drop one and get onto our spinning wheel of fun happening during the third quarter for the giveaway. Oh, there's another one, just right on cue. Let's get this one on here. 5 from 1946. Mac Eagle fan meant to use Penny as the bull. Keep changing up on game while Swifty keep running the game, going to open up the pass. Yeah, they don't want to use Rashad Penny for whatever reason. Maybe they just like their 2 backs. They're about to give us the call though, so make sure you got that down for me, Josh.
That was
it is
5,
a first down. Yes, it's 5 entries into our hoodie giveaway, and it is a first down for Philadelphia. Shocker.
There you go. And the 2%, 93% of the time play that works, just add another one to it.
Works every time. That's what they say.
Yep.
So 58 seconds. They have 3 timeouts. You can't take them with you. If you need to use them, you can, right?
That is true. You should have plenty of time. You're right that there's 56 and the game clock is ticking. So Jalen takes the snap in the gun, 4-man pressure, fires deep shot over the right side for A.J. Brown, incomplete. Just overthrew him out of bounds, but was going to take a shot on McCollum.
There was a couple of Bucs over there in coverage, and Hurts put this one out of bounds. That was a very clear get the football to A.J. Brown in the red zone play call there. Oh, an illegal hands to the face on the defense.
Okay.
That was late.
Automatic first down.
Holy cow.
Very late. But it's on Dean.
That's not my first down. That helps a lot.
On Devonta Smith, and he got him. He clearly got him in the hill. It's not much, but it's hands to the face, and they're going to call it. So now it's 1st and 10. Clock is stopped. 48 seconds at the 22 of Tampa. Going left to right. Jalen takes a snap. A blitz coming for intercepted behind him, and it's intercepted. Devin White with the pick and runs out of bounds at the 40-45 yard line. But oh my gosh, that was just through behind DeAndre Swift. I don't think the ball was tipped or anything. It was just very far behind DeAndre Swift on that. He was running looked like a Texas route and just nowhere near it. Devin White gifted the interception.
What is he?
Oh my gosh.
Jeez, the points that this just cost us. All right,
I got to see the replay here. Yeah. They definitely sent the blitz. And at first it looked like, Swift's got space. Oh, I don't know what that was. It's almost like Jalen expected him to go out again. And we've seen multiple miscommunications there. But Bucs with the ball now at their own 42. Baker going to take the snap and pressure, and he sacked Jalen Carter and Fletcher Cox combined for the sack. So 28 seconds and ticking It doesn't look like, did the Bucs,
Someone
okay,
called a
maybe they are
timeout.
going to call timeout now. I was going to say, I would assume they'd call timeout because they're still within relative reason of field goal range, but they did call timeout. But Fletch and the bread man.
And they doubled Jalen Carter, meaning it's Fletcher Cox one-on-one. Carter is still the first guy there, and then Cox works around him to get the sack on Baker Mayfield. I think it's going to be a half for each player. We say it every week, Josh. There's a couple of plays each night where Jalen Carter is just obliterating people. Rookies don't do this. Only special rookies do it. And that takes a sour taste of that Hurts interception out of your mouth really quickly. He lost the football, too, but they blew the play dead, and so a loss of 11, and it was the Bucs who called timeout there.
Okay, so they have 2 timeouts remaining, 32 seconds left in the second quarter. 2nd and 21 going right to left. Baker in the shotgun. He's got White to his right. Takes the snap, 4-man rush. Has a little bit of time. Now going back to left side, dump off to White. It's complete.
Oh, ball's out! Yes!
He's fumbled,
yes!
and Bradbury picks it up.
That was Jalen Carter again!
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my goodness!
Man. I mean, he just hacked it out of his hands.
Jalen Carter just obliterated Rachaad White on that play. Holy cow.
Rachaad White was not expecting that one bit. He's sitting there trying to make Nicholas Morrow miss him. And, Jalen Carter just hacks it, just a punch out, and then Bradbury on it.
And he falls down very quickly, too, to save some time. 3 timeouts left, 24 seconds to go. And Jalen Carter, back-to-back plays. This guy's special, and he's your Rookie of the Year right now. He is your Rookie of the Year right now through 3 games. Unbelievable.
Look at that, man. And you see, dude, like, just look at the swag in JC's eyes and everything. I mean, that is just a different level. So thank you, Jalen Carter. It's first down now at the 36 of Tampa. 24 seconds, a handoff to Gainwell up the inside. He's got a little bit of space and brought down at the 30. 20 seconds left. I'm going to imagine, I think the Eagles just called timeout. I was going to say, you surely are going to call timeout there if you're running a running play.
Let's squeeze some super chats in here real quick during this timeout as they're giving us the replay of Carter. We had 3 that popped up here really quickly. Chris Duffy, 99 cents to give him the $1. That's 1 entry in to the hoodie giveaway happening at the end of the third quarter. And then let me know when you have that one. We'll go to the next one.
Yep. Gotcha.
Hyper Lethal Vector. Reed Blankenship is underrated. He is underrated. He is playing at an extremely high level right now. That's 5 entries into this one.
Mm-hmm.
He has been incredible. I mean, truly. Undrafted to starting year 2 after starting 6 games last year. That is something special. I mean, when you have that one again, you're getting entries into our hoodie giveaway happening during the third quarter.
Yep, got you down.
And then we go for Waddy, but we're going to pause here and get this play in first.
Man, what a play. What a play.
In field goal range right now. In field goal range. Let's make sure we get points here.
Yep, at the 30-yard line of Tampa. So, I mean, even if you didn't gain another yard, you're looking at a 47-yarder, 48-yarder. So you're definitely in field goal range. But 20 seconds left, and the Eagles still have 2 timeouts. So Jalen, an empty set. He's got 5 receivers. And the Bucs are showing blitz. He's going to go back to the line now. It does look like they're going to be sending more than just the 4. But Jalen now with 4 on the play clock. He'll take the snap. He's going to drop back, pressured, fire to the right side, complete for A.J. Brown at the line of scrimmage, and he's going to push up to almost the first down. I think he's short. He's going to be short. Did he get out of bounds?
No.
13 seconds on the game clock. He didn't get the first down. It's 3rd and 1. The clock is stopped here, so I believe, did they call timeout or did they rule him out of bounds? I couldn't tell.
I couldn't tell either. Lane Johnson jumped, and that should have been a false start by Lane Johnson there. They did not call it for whatever reason, and the crowd is not happy about it.
He has so many of those.
They called him out of bounds. They stopped the clock.
Okay, so 2 timeouts, 13 seconds. I mean, at this point, you're probably only getting 2 plays anyway.
They're reviewing the previous play. I guess for the spot. What is there to review?
You can't review a false start, right?
No.
They're not.
No. Well, let's slide into the super chat here by Waddy. He says, flying from Nevada to Philly this weekend for the Eagles Commanders game, so hype and get a bust up the Kelly Green jersey. Hey, gotta like that. Well, you got 5 chances to maybe get a Kelly Green hoodie to go with it if it's a little chilly in Philadelphia. So let me know when you got that one in there as well. Right on. Drawing happened during the third quarter. It looked like A.J. Brown did get out of bounds.
They called it. Yeah, they said
it doesn't really matter either way. They have 2 timeouts in 13 seconds. They can burn it here if they needed to, but it seems
Yeah,
like
you're
kind of a
probably
waste
not.
of a booth review right now. It doesn't seem necessary.
Yeah, I don't know. I agree. I don't think it really matters, but I guess if they're trying to scrutinize it, you use a timeout where then technically they're probably only going to be able to run one more play. Whereas if you have 2 timeouts, the Eagles, anything's in play for 2 more maybe, but that's a huge risk trying to get 2 plays in under 13 seconds and calling timeouts. I mean, I don't know how you're going to overturn it really, because the call on the field was that he made it out of bounds, and from everything that you're looking at there,
Yeah.
Forward progress, is it stopped? Where do you call that? I don't think that's worth it.
Gotta like how long it's taken them to tell you what's going on here too. I mean, Jesus, replay's taking 5-10 minutes. Feels like it's not that long, but still.
Well, as quickly as the first quarter moved along, the second quarter has started to be a little bit slower, especially with these reviews. But man, they showed Jalen Carter here for a second on the sideline. This is just ridiculous. Like, it is the fact that, I mean, Jalen Carter getting this sack or the half sack, I didn't check and see how they credited it. I'm sure it's a half sack, but that, and then you turn around and make the fumble forced. The defense, credit to him, man. I mean, because that was not a great throw from Jalen Hurts, and it seemed like some miscommunication and where the option route was supposed to go. But the pick there and give the offense the ball back. So 13 seconds as we're going to get the call here. If it is I guess if the Eagles are going to have to burn a timeout or not.
So he's
okay,
tackled
he's down in bounds.
And now you burn a timeout. Okay, great.
All right, so Philly will have 1 timeout remaining, 13 seconds.
Okay.
And they're going to be at the 30 or 20, 28-yard line, looks like, and a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, this feels like a run, a timeout, 1 shot to the end zone, and field goal. You have enough time for 3 more plays, depending on how quick they are. Maybe even
they did
4
add a couple seconds. So there's 15 seconds now. Yep. I think, I don't know. I'm feeling like if you're here in this situation, you call a pass play, you're hoping to get something that can get out of bounds. So then you have 1 more timeout left. Because if you use your timeout, I don't know if you're going to try to run another play. You don't want to come away with nothing here on this possession. But it's 3rd and 2. Hurts in the gun. Handoff to Gainwell. No, it's a fake handoff. He'll take it to the right side. He's going to get the first. He's still in bounds. Cuts up to the right, and he's brought down at the 20. And the Eagles will use their last timeout. 9 seconds on the game clock. But a good play by Hurts, who was met almost at the first down marker, but able to get it. So it's 1st and 10 and 9 seconds left.
Okay. Yeah, so you technically can take a shot, but what kind of defense are you going to get? Anything that's in the middle of the field and not in the end zone is, it could ruin your chance to even get points here, and points are going to go a long way after having the interception of the previous drive. So make sure we get this. Giving you that Jake Elliott highlight from last week.
Yeah, I was going to say, the absolute bomb. We know what Jake Elliott is, so he is that's pretty certain. It felt like a little bit of a conservative play call, maybe. I know you want to get the first down on the last one, but a QB run or just I guess an option there to Gainwell. But now in the gun, 9 seconds. Jalen will take the snap, 4-man rush, a little bit of pressure right side, has time, fires over the left, and it is almost incomplete or almost intercepted. That was intended for A.J. Brown, but Dean was there. That was a little dangerous, not going to lie. 3 seconds, though, still on the game clock, so you have time for the field goal here. We're going to get a look at the replay.
Yeah, it's a little outside there. Dean had a better shot than Brown. Would he have got both feet in at the end? Tough to call, but you get points. I mean, the interception killed the drive for points. They get the fumble of Jalen Carter, and now comes Jake Elliott, probably the best kicker in football right now after Justin Tucker had a couple of long misses yesterday, but chance to make it a 10-point game.
38-yard attempt, and pretty sure everyone could tell you how that one went. He is money, so it is good. Right down the middle. 13-3 is how it's going to end for the first half. The Birds up 13-3. I mean, I think you'll take that. There's you can always nitpick everything to death, but a 13-3 game, you're on the road Monday Night Football. Jalen throws a bad pick. The defense limiting the Bucs offense for sure and making plays. 13-3, not bad.
Not bad. It should have been more. You think about the fourth down play on that opening drive where they were unable to convert on 4th down and 2 with the handoff to Gainwell. That kind of, took some points off the board, at least took 3 off the board. But overall, you would say a solid half, and we'll get into that here in a second. Let's get to some of the super chats here as people are wanting to get in on our giveaway, which if I can find the right one is right there. Of course, the hoodie giveaway. Kai saying, Thomas Mott, I'm a girl. Pronoun is she. All right, there you go. I must have called Kai a guy earlier. Excuse me for that. But we got you 2 entries, so my mistake gives you a chance to potentially walk out of here with a hoodie. So right on that one. I'm sure you got that one down.
Got you down, yep.
James McBride, big fan of the old logo. James, we all agree. I think Josh has some Kelly Green on right now. I have obviously a Kelly Green jersey or Kelly Green t-shirt on as well. Big fan of this hoodie. Hopefully you guys have a chance to win it. Get your super chats in right now. Let's get over to Shane L. once you're ready to go for this next one. We'll be at Link October 22nd against Miami when we break out the Kelly Greens. Hope to have some guys back on defense. We're going to need them. Shane, 5 entries. Well, Josh and I are going to be at that game as well. We're taking Josh's wife and my fiance to Philadelphia for the first time for both of them, and we will be in Kelly Green with you. So fun to meet up and say hi to people as we're going to be at that game and be poking around some tailgates and having fun there. So appreciate that right there. Again, if you're just joining us right now, if you've not given a super chat, 1 super chat gets you in on the hoodie giveaway based on how many bucks you do. You get $10, you get 10 entries. You 5 like Shane did here, you get 5 entries. We're going to spin that wheel at the end of the third quarter and get you guys locked in for the hoodie. Let's go to Sloppy Joe's Sloppy Show.
Sorry, real quick. I got all the others. I didn't get the amount on James McBride's last one.
James McBride's one was 2. I will confirm that. Yes, it was 2.
Okay.
So gotcha. You got Shane's 5.
Yep.
And then we go to Sloppy Joe's Sloppy Show. Up on the screen right now. Mm-hmm. And he gets 5. He says, question for when there's downtime. If you could take one player from every other NFC East team, put them on the Birds, who are you picking? Jeez. Micah Parsons, Chase Young, and Kayvon Thibodeau. Huh? How about that? You just take all the start pass rushers. That way they aren't on the Cowboys and on the other teams. How about that?
It's not a bad pick. Yeah, take those away very easily. That would make your life easier for sure.
Let's go to D4KZ3R0. Great name there. He says second half is where the game really starts. Promising so far. It is promising. I mean, hey, you're leading. You've made one bad mistake. You've already forced 2 turnovers for a football team in the Bucs that didn't turn the ball over at all the first 2 weeks of the season. It's 13-3. You get the ball to start the second half. I mean, come on, right? We can be positive here. I understand the frustration, and the Jalen Hurts interception looks rough, although I would argue that's probably an error on DeAndre Swift because that was not a bad throw by Hurts. He was clearly throwing to a spot where he thought Swift was going to be, and Swift was not there, and hence the interception. I'm sure we'll find out in the the post game what's going to happen there. But a tough throw, takes points off the board. But Jalen Carter, the story of the night so far has been the rookies. Jalen Carter looks fantastic. Sidney Brown got some play in there, although he did have an injury. We'll keep an eye on that if he comes out at the end of the halftime. But Alama Zaccheaus, not a rookie, but still very, very young. It feels like rookies right now are playing great, and Jalen Carter is highlighting this Eagle defense, and he might be the best player on the field right now for Philadelphia. He really might.
I wouldn't argue, honestly. I would not argue you on that because he's looked at a number of times, just the pressures that he's generating. We know that he's second in the NFL, but he's first for defensive tackles, and he's the third highest graded defensive player or the defensive lineman through the NFL through the first 2 weeks. So yeah, just when he's on the field, we see what he can do. The half sack that he got with Fletcher Cox, you pointed out earlier. I mean, he was doubled. Fletcher Cox was 1-on-1 and they both made great plays, but Jalen he just doesn't look like a rookie. Like there's never a moment where I've seen and go like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what we might expect from some guys. He is a game changer, and it's just I don't know how long it's going to take before I'm going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, that we somehow got Jalen Carter. Like it just feels like every time I watch him play, like how in the world did this dude fall? Like how did this happen?
Yeah, it's crazy. Number 9 overall, and yet he's an Eagle. That's all that matters. Let's get in some more super chats here. Connie Mack, 1946 Connie Mack Eagle fan, dropping another 5 here. Hi kids, who do you get the 3 halftime game balls to? Jalen Carter, Reed Blankenship. And who's the third? You want to give it to Swift?
That's a good question. Yeah, probably. Yeah, because I mean, you definitely for the first 2. I totally agree. You got to get it to Jalen Carter and Reed. Yeah, I think so. I don't know. You could group it in. You could say the offensive line. I feel like they've done a great job. There's
Yeah,
been very
yeah,
few pressures. The blitzes,
that's
Bucks are
true.
trying to dial something up, but I think when they're not blitzing, the O line as a whole, if you could do that as a game ball for the unit, they've given Jalen a lot of time.
All right, more super chats here. Again, giving away this Eagles Kelly Green hoodie. See it on your screen right now during the end of the third quarter. Mellow Retro, 10 entries here. Carter, NFC Player of the Week. I got to think of some other NFC players who had some good weekends, but right now it feels like if Carter gets another sack, another big play, maybe it's locked down, right? Swift was NFC Player of the Week
Possibly.
last week. Jake Elliott the week before. Could you go 3 for 3? The Eagles did this a lot last year. Maybe Carter gets Defensive Player of the Week in the NFC, but you get 10 entries into our hoodie giveaway happening in, 15 minutes of football time, which is a little bit longer than that.
Yep. Got you down.
David
Yeah,
Turn.
I think you could do NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
Yeah.
I think it's possible, especially, second half, like you say. If you have a positive second half here, you get maybe another sack or something. I don't see why not.
David Turn here giving the 5 entries. Third entry, if the crazy week will take 13-3 at half, let's finish. Just take the division lead. The important part is winning. Jalen Hurts said that. Let's not lose focus of what's most important, and that is, of course, winning these games. And like you said, going 3-0 on a weekend where everyone else in the NFC East lost would go a very, very long way. David, we got you down your third entry, doing this drawing for all the super chatters. That's even a word happening during the third quarter. Let's go to Kai again here. 2 more. Halftime show is better. Hoodie is mine, says Kai. She really wants to win this hoodie. We'll see if she is able to do so. Gonna wait and see. Make sure we got that right.
Got you down, yep.
Pork Chop Express 355. He wants in on this one. He says, gents, love the show. Keep it the great content. The game sounds like it's a home game with the link. Go Birds. Smash that like button on both streams. Let's go. That's what we like to hear. That is the man.
Appreciate
20
that, yes.
entries in here. That's what we like to see. It does kind of sound like a home game. You're watching it on TV. You're at the game. You're listening on the radio. It sounds like a home game right now, as the Eagles have 100% traveled well. And they always travel well. But come on, easy flight down to Tampa. Go to the beach on a Saturday. Go to the game on a Monday, or vice versa on a Sunday, Monday, whatever you want to do. I agree. But you get 20 entries. Pork Chop. Tune in at the end of the third quarter to see who wins that one. Maybe it's you. Stormy. She wants I'm going to go Heem. Storm, Passy wants the hoodie so bad. Fly Eagles Fly, 5 more entries. Hey, more entries, better the chance. Doesn't guarantee anything, but it gives you a better chance, because technically the more entries, the bigger your piece of that pie is, as you will see when Josh gets the wheel ready to spin. Sloppy Joe's Sloppy Show, my favorite chat name of the night. Hurts is playing with the flu? Is this true? Is Jalen Hurts playing with the flu?
Where is this? I need to see this. Has anybody reported this?
He said Peter Schefter. Let's see. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Make sure you got him down for the giveaway.
Yep. Okay, that is true. I just saw that. Yeah, Dov just retweeted, but yeah, Schefter says he's got flu-like symptoms.
Okay, great. All right, well.
It's his Jordan game.
Adam Schefter just said it, on the actual broadcast. Okay. Yep. Flu-like symptoms before the game, so you have your Jordan game. Yep. You do always wonder when people say flu-like symptoms. We've all had the flu. We've all felt bad. But the amount of stuff they could put in your body to make you not feel like you have the flu, especially nowadays, kind of makes you go, okay. But let's blame the interception on the flu, and let's blame the touchdown on him being tougher than the flu. How about that, right? Flu was the interception. Touchdown was being tougher than the flu. I think that's fair. Is that fair? I think it's fair.
I think so. Yeah, I could get behind that, but
okay.
I
like that.
I agree that there's a lot of things that you can take for flu-like symptoms to get to relative 100%.
True as well.
But at the same time, I think anyone who's had the flu, like there's only so much you can take, but like the mental processing, like to process at the speed you need to, I feel like that's just nothing that you can get unless you're full strength. So I might give him a pass on that, but I agree. Just some of the potential mistakes. Was it miscommunication? Was it, not Jalen's fault? I don't know. But you could pass it on for that possibly.
How about James McBride, 10? Congrats on your engagement. James, I appreciate that. It's been a couple of weeks, but yes, I'm an engaged man. The fiance coming with me to the Miami Dolphin Eagle game in October. So if you go to that game and you want to meet me, you're going to meet my beautiful, loving fiance, Paige, in a couple of weeks. It's going to be fun. You get 10 entries into the hoodie. You can wear the hoodie to meet me. How about that? That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Shane L. has got 5 more here. He says, sign Swift helmet for me, please. I already got a Kelly Green hoodie. LOL. I don't know if that's how it works. I think it's already the hoodie. But if you win,
we did give that away
maybe-
before.
We did do that. Maybe we'll talk. But you got 5 entries into it.
All right, got you down.
And then Kai Patterson with 2 more says, yes, you did call me a he earlier. All good. My bad. That is my bad. My bad. But we got you two more entries.
Right,
You have a chance to get
down
the hoodie.
there too.
You got to like that too. All right, I think we're caught up on Super Chats. So Philadelphia going to get the ball to go ahead and end, or to begin the third quarter. A couple of comments here. Nivius says that could be, oh wait, no, where was it? Ramos, how do you think Josh Jobe is doing? Josh Jobe is doing as good as you expect from Josh Jobe, because Josh Jobe is a backup cornerback. And so, some people will say that they'd like to see Eli Ricks in there, but Jobe has more experience. They obviously like Josh Jobe a little bit more right now in terms of starting, with James Bradbury being in the nickel. And listen, Eagles defense has played well. I mean, the secondary hasn't given up any sort of big plays. Couple of nice passes here and there to Godwin. Evans has had a play here or there, but we're not getting shredded in the secondary like we had at times in the first 2 games. Am I right?
I think so. Yeah, it's definitely different. And again, I mean, I guess it's very easy to say too. You just look at the score; it's 13-3. But the differences for kind of the changes that we've seen, as well as just the guys being able to, there's been moments we've mentioned, right? I mean, there's some soft zone, there's some mistakes possibly. Again, is it communication? I don't know. But overall, we've seen some better play. I like to see the adjustment too of James Bradbury being able to play some physical, or being physical in the slot against some of the receivers, like we've seen with a Chris Godwin and with a Mike Evans. So, again, is it a question or is it an answer long term? I don't think so. You're going to have to probably figure out something more of the long term, but matchup based, like we said, I think it makes a lot of sense. And so far, for the most part, I think you got to be happy with it, because your defensive line is getting plenty of pressure to help with the coverage. And so they're playing, I'd say, fairly well in terms of being complementary football on both sides of the defense there. And then, offense, it's been okay. We've had some turnovers we've mentioned, or the turnover with the pick, and then as well as, the play calling on that first opening drive. But all in all, 13-3, you're up, you're about to get the ball. I think you got to be happy.
Storm getting another 4 entries in here. Sorry, Kai first. Kai Patterson, 2 more. Go Birds. My hoodie. Bye, Storm. It's mine. All right, let's see if Kai's going to win the hoodie at the end of the third quarter. We're at the start of the third quarter, which means you're running out of time to get your Super Chats in, because if you do it after the third quarter and we give this thing away, they are just Super Chats. They don't count as entries either. Storm, though, 5 more, saying run it back. Little competition here. We like that. Yes, if you are just joining us, there is the report that just came out from Adam Schefter at halftime saying that Jalen Hurts had flu-like symptoms before the game. He is playing through it. It is warm in Tampa. Probably lots of sweat, how that impacts the flu. If you've ever had, worked out with the flu, it doesn't feel very good. Let's see what he does here with the ball in the third quarter, but thankfully with a lead as well. Maybe start leaning in on that DeAndre Swift rushing attack that was very potent early, and they kind of got away from it there towards the end of the second quarter.
I think you have to, especially as Glenn Prevost says, if Hurts is under the weather, then even more reason to let Swift ball out. For sure. Yeah, give him the ball. We've seen it behind the offensive line, like you mentioned, so why not? There's no reason to, make Jalen do more if he doesn't have to. So here we go.
All right, they have kicked off. They just did. And Devin Allen is back there to return. It goes out the back of the end zone, and out will trot Jalen Hurts in an offense that has moved the football very well for the majority of this game. They have thrown 1 interception. They have had a couple of not-so-great third-down plays in Bucs territory, but a chance to, pad this lead. You get a touchdown here, it's 20-3, and you can start really getting after Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, but they're showing right now too, just the quarterback clock, the average time that he's getting here, and it's not a whole lot, as we saw in the first half. The Eagles were getting some pressure on him, so I'm with you. You get this thing up to a 17-point lead, and all of a sudden that is definitely not a recipe for success for the Bucs.
Here we go. 10 on the play clock, 9 on the play clock, 8 on the play clock. Make sure we're synced up here, Josh. Looks like we are. Okay. Hurts in the gun from the 25. Opening drive of the third quarter. Takes a snap. Play fake. Here comes the rush. Hurts steps up. Takes a shot down the field. He got hit, and that ball is incomplete as A.J. Brown, he was a little bit underthrown there, but Jalen Hurts took a big shot on this throw, and it kind of falls farmlessly to the ground to be incomplete. Second down and 10.
Man, he did. He took a really big shot there from Gaines. Looks like he's, I believe, okay. He's thankfully got the protection around the rib cage, but man, that is not a shot you want to take, even if you're feeling 100%.
That's a designated shot play to A.J. Brown, too. Yeah, it might have been a little bit.
9.
11. I'm at 9 now. 8. 7,
I'm like 4 seconds.
6,
I'll pause it here.
5, 4, 3. Hurts takes the snap. 4-man pressure. Steps up, looks left, throws left. That's caught. That's Smith. He falls out of bounds for a gain of 8. It'll be 3rd down and short. Back-to-back pass plays to open the night.
Here you go. Okay, I paused it, so we should be.
Yeah, I'm getting Lisa Salters giving us a little update on Nick Sirianni right now.
Okay,
3rd down. Swift in as the running back for Philadelphia on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Not great on 3rd down early. They were better in the second half, including that touchdown pass to Zaccheaus. Here's a 3rd down and 3 from the Eagles' 32. Hurts in the gun. 3 receivers to the top. Smith alone to the near side. Now they're going to motion Swift out of the backfield. They go empty. Hurts takes the snap. He's going to throw. Pressure. Hurts rolls to his right. Still rolling. Still rolling. He's going to go for the 1st down. Dive across the line to gain.
Got it.
And he got it. He did. There's Jalen Hurts.
What a play.
Flu-like symptoms and all with big 1st down.
There we go. What a play. I mean, the blitz there coming around the end, it looked like he might be taken down, and then he's able to roll out to the right side and get just enough before getting out of bounds. Yeah, he did take a shot. It looks like helmet to helmet there towards the very end, but was able to pick that up. It was Isian who was on the blitz, and Jalen just making a move, running around the outside, picking up the 1st.
Boy, if he would have had time, Zaccheaus popped open at the end. Here's a 1st down run to DeAndre Swift. He goes at the middle, and it's met in the hole by Devin White. That goes nowhere. White had Levante David. White had the interception earlier. David there in the tackle will be 2nd down and 2. 2nd down and a long 9.
Yeah, there was not a whole lot of space to run there. And like you mentioned, Levante David hit him in a hurry, making the stop. You wonder if the Bucs are going to kind of make that concerted effort, obviously giving up big running gains and plenty of options from the running game from the Eagles in this second half. Are they going to make some adjustments?
2nd down and 8. Opening drive of the 3rd quarter for Philadelphia. They're going to stack Devonta Smith with Zaccheaus to the right. Hurst takes a snap. Here goes a pressure. Looks left, throws left. That's caught. A.J. Brown. He's got the 1st down and battles through Jamel Dean to get to the 49-yard line of Philadelphia. And there's another catch from A.J. Brown. And Hurts has been emphasizing getting him the football, which should shock absolutely nobody.
There you go. He's just beating him there. He's running to the sticks. A little curl route, come back. Gets the 1st down pretty easily. I mean, it's soft coverage, but kudos to the offensive line there because, I mean, he ends up getting the pickup on the blitz, or the offensive line gets the pickup on the blitz, and they've done really well giving Jalen plenty of time because the Bucs have sent it a decent amount of times, but he's looking good.
A.J. Brown's 6th catch of the night. Jamel Dean is hurt on this play. He's been banged up a little bit earlier. He trotted off the field a little slowly, and we'll keep an eye on that one because that is their best cover corner with their other starting cover corner out tonight, and Dean is wincing on the bench, and so keep an eye there. Philadelphia wants to take a shot. Could be an opportunity with the backups in right now. Hurts 14 of 24, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. 1st down and 10 from the Eagle 49. Here comes another blitz. Hurts takes the snap, stands in a clean pocket, still looking. Now he's going to throw left side. There's Goddard, and he makes one man miss and falls across the 30, make that the 41-yard line. That's another 1st down. And the 2 receivers who have not gotten a lot of run the first 2 weeks of the season, and Goddard and Brown featured heavily early on this 3rd quarter drive.
Great move there from Goddard to make the 1st man miss, then pick up the 1st down before going down just past the 41. But again, I mean, kudos to the offensive line because they give Jalen all day. He had the swing pass outside to Zaccheaus, but didn't need it.
Here's a 2nd down run. Big hole! DeAndre Swift across the 30. He hurdles a man across the 20, all the way down to the 16-yard line. Oh, my goodness. Do the Eagles have a number 1 running back
Let's
or what?
Go.
Holy
come
cow.
on, yes.
This is a massive, massive hole behind Landon Dickerson and Jordan Mailata. You and I could have rowed a boat through that hole, and DeAndre Swift was untouched for about 25 yards. My gosh.
They're going hurry up, but that was incredible.
It's another give to Swift, bounces it out right side, makes one man miss, cross the 10, still going, and falls forward for a gain of 9. He's feeling it here in the 3rd quarter, and the Eagles are 2nd down and 1 inside the 10.
And after that first run, that was, I mean, you could tell Swift gets up and he's ready. I think he looks over at AJ and says something like, "Let's go. We gotta eat." I think he said something to that effect. So they ran him again here, but they're going with the hurry up.
Tampa Bay has to burn a timeout here. They had too many men on the field and were trying to run one off as Philadelphia hurried to the line. Philadelphia driving, 2nd down and 1. And they're showing Howie Roseman in the Eagle box right now because you know they're talking about his move to get DeAndre Swift. Let's squeeze in quickly a Kelly Green hoodie entry. Shane Elg has 5 more here. I have my October 22nd game. I have my Kelly Green Smitty jersey. Kelly Green old logo shorts with the Kelly Green socks, hat, and Crocs. Hey, that's the fit right there. I think my fiance will be wearing the exact same thing. The exact same thing. Boy, let me know when you got those 5 entries in. Remember, end of the third quarter, we're giving this bad boy away. Get your entries in right now.
Hold on, I might be changing to the battery with the AirPods. So for those that are totally against this, I'm sorry, it's happening.
Yep. There you go. Get him in. Fallen Pro said bro thought he was Antonio Brown. Let me know whenever you got this super chat. I'll leave it up on the screen here as they're back from the timeout. Here's the Eagles' 3rd red zone possession. They're 0 for 2 so far in the red zone. A 2nd down and 1 from the Buck 8-yard line. Swift in there. They're going to bunch everybody in close. Hurts takes the snap. Turn gives Swift running left side. He spins into a tackle but got the first down. Antoine Winfield, the first Buck to meet him in the hole. It'll be 1st down and goal as you very clearly need to keep feeding DeAndre Swift.
All right, it should be back now. I can hear you, and I got Shane's super chat, so it should be good.
Okay, all right.
What's the once it gets back to moving? I guess they're gonna maybe measure something here.
You did get the super chat, right? You got it, Shane L.
Yes. Yep. I got Shane.
Boom.
Yep.
That was good. All right, they are going to measure it here. And it looks like, I think he has it. This is going to be like inches. Yeah, you might need...
Yeah,
it's a 1st down. 1st down, Philly. And they just mentioned this on the broadcast, but you score here, 20-3. This game gets blown wide open, and Baker's uphill climb down 10 versus down 17 is a massive difference. Let's see what Brian Johnson has called up here on a 1st down and goal. Get into the end zone. We need a red zone score. Sean Sarcasm said that earlier in the chat. I agree. Here we go.
What's your play clock, real quick?
23, 22, 21. Good?
Okay, yep, we're good.
Hurts in the gun. Swift to his left. Takes a snap. Turn give. This is be Swift up the middle. And he's going to get down to the 1-yard line.
Ooh, almost.
Big block there from Jack Stoll. He didn't make it. This is quarterback sneak territory, but can we give a run to DeAndre Swift for a touchdown here? Has he not earned it on this drive?
Surely he has. I mean, he got one in the Vikings game, but yeah, for this specific drive, you have to reward him. He's done more than enough to get you here.
Looks like they're lining up as if they're going to go shotgun. They are. Swift to the left of Hurts in the gun. For 2nd down and goal from the 1. Hurts takes the snap. Play fake. Right side. A.J. Brown incomplete off his hands. Oh,
I saw it coming. He made the move. A.J. made the move. He had the space, and he was open, and Jalen just missed him. He threw him a little high. It did hit him in the hands. I'll say that. It did hit him in the hands, so he should have made the pick. There was a Bucs defender. Okay, second look. There was a Bucs defender there that was jumping, so that's probably why Jalen threw that a little bit higher. So good thing he did, right. Actually. I'll take that back.
Here goes the tush-push formation on 3rd down and goal. Hurts takes a snap. He's pushed across the goal line. Will he get there?
He's got it.
It's Goddard dragging him in. Oh, they might have called him short, and they did.
Oh, jeez. Man.
Golly. Red zone offense is pulling teeth for the Philadelphia Eagles, man. They cannot punch it in. He's going to be a yard short. And this sounds like tush-push, line it up, and just shove it across. Let's go. Come on.
You got to do it again. Yeah, you have to at this point.
Boy, Dallas Goedert just grabs Hurts' jersey and just, this is chest presses him across the line. Here you go. From the half-inch line, 4th and goal. Hurts takes it. He's in. You're not stopping it 2 times in a row.
Touchdown.
And he got it by a couple of yards.
I'm not signaling yet, but there you go. Okay, touchdown.
All right.
You can't stop it twice.
You can't stop it twice.
You can't.
No, it's not possible. Jalen Hurts is in. All right. That was a fantastic drive. That was a Philadelphia Eagle drive right there. 13 plays, 75 yards, took 5.5 minutes, led by DeAndre Swift on the ground. That is good.
Man, Jalen too. Credit to, again, you're not going to stop this twice, but just the fact that flu-like symptoms, that can't be fun. It can't be fun with any of it, but to get into a scrum like that, you see the look on his face too. There's moments where Jalen is like going to show some emotion, get hyped, get amped or anything like that. I don't think that he did anything besides just run off the field or walk off the field there, because he's I'd say he's definitely not 100%. You could tell that as Jake Elliott makes the PAT. So 20-3.
DeAndre Swift is averaging 9.4 yards per carry right now, which is something else. It's something else. That is crazy. And they will go to timeout right now. That is unbelievable. Wow. All right.
9.4 yards a carry. It's just
crazy.
insane.
That's crazy.
But thankfully, we should say, again, and we've said it multiple times, but thankfully, okay, stay with Swift. Gainwell's got a couple carries. He's gotten some touches, but I'm sorry, there's without question, Gainwell's had some holes, but the difference is that it's clear and evident that Swift maximizes every single touch that he gets. Like when there's an open hole, he makes a guy miss. He hurdles a guy. His vision, his balance. I mean, it's just evident. If he is healthy, he is your RB1 without question.
Must mention, we are in the third quarter, meaning we are very close to doing our Nike Sideline Kelly Green hoodie giveaway happening at the end of the third quarter. If you've dropped the super chat, you are entered. Many dollars if you've donated. This is many entries you get. If you have not dropped a super chat yet, getting close to time running out. This is something I picked this one today because I thought it looked sick. I want this thing. I might buy one myself.
Yeah, to be clear, Thomas,
but if you want to win it, this thing's sweet. Yeah, I'd rock this thing. If you want to win it, get your super chats in right now. We got almost over 800 people watching on both channels. If you hit the like button, algorithm helps out. We'd appreciate that as well.
Very much so. Yes. Appreciate all you guys that have done it already and hung out with us the entire game. It has been fun. We do this all season. So for the new ones that just joined the game here, we're doing it every single game except for obviously the game that we will be at. And so far, the only one officially is at the Dolphins game. So hopefully see some of you guys there if you're going to attend. But, I think this is good. It's a positive sign. You go back to the game right now, 20-3. We talked about you're to get the ball up 13-3. What can you do? Can you put the Bucs on their heels? I mean, this is great. Now you got the defensive line who's already gotten pressure on Baker Mayfield. It's not immediate to say, hey, Tampa's got to go one-dimensional here. But, you start running out of time. There's not a ton. And so, Baker can't be too happy right now with just the lack of time that he has to throw. But, this D-line is about to feast.
You thought you were going to go the entire Monday Night Football night without taking Taylor Swift walking out of the Chiefs game with Travis Kelce, and they had to throw it in there. So, what are you going to do? Brian says, hey, gents. Brian, what's up? The Kelce and Swift jerseys of Jason and DeAndre Swift on your screen. You got to like that.
Yep.
Ooh, man. DeAndre Swift,
That's a good
man.
Kelce Swift duo.
DeAndre Swift is something else, as they're about to send this one back to the Bucs after the 5.5-minute scoring drive by Philadelphia to put them up 17. Elliott's kick goes out the back of the end zone, and here we'll get a look at Baker Mayfield's first drive of the third quarter after an interception to Reed Blankenship, a fumble as well, and a slow start for the Buc offense. Let's get this Moe super chat in right now. He wants 10 entries into our hoodie giveaway. Sub-tier, what's the second channel? What you guys got going? Keep it up. If you're on me, then you got to sub to Josh's channel. If you're on Josh's channel, you got to sub to mine. Both should be in the description boxes, so jump in on that. But Moe, appreciate it with the 10.
We appreciate that, yep. And I will just share it just in case in the chat as well.
Here's a turn give to White on first down. Jordan Davis swallows him up for a gain of maybe 2 yards. That'd be second down and long. And this Eagle rush defense, number 1 in the NFL, is going into tonight. Will stay number 1 based on the numbers we've seen so far. Let me know when you got Moe's super chat in there as well. You got that one good to go?
All right. Got that one there. That's for 10. Yep.
Shout out to Matt Johnson. Best Eagles content on YouTube, bar none. Matt, I appreciate that. I appreciate that greatly. Let me know when you want to trade those fancy football players. Hit me up. Okay, going back here to second down and 7. Bayfield takes a snap. He's rolling to his left after a play fake. Throws. That's caught. There's Blankenship in coverage on Palmer, and he got a first down, and that will move the sticks and a much-needed first down for the Bucs, who are now down 17 as the rain looks like it continues to fall at Raymond James Stadium. Here's a play fake to White. Nice roll by Mayfield, and this nice pitch and toss there, and a catch on Reed Blankenship, which is not something that happens very often tonight.
Yeah, credit to Mayfield. That was a good throw. I mean, he's able to get out of the pocket there, make it across his body, but you're able to pick up the first down there.
First down and 10 from the 36-yard line. Mayfield under center, takes a snap, turn, give White, makes one man miss, and then gets hit and brought down by a combination of Milton Williams, Nicholas Morrow, and Zach Cunningham. Maybe a gain of 3 there. Fletcher Cox was in the backfield, and as noted by some commenters, you're seeing them leave some extra running backs, extra tight ends chipping. They are feeling the pressure of this Eagle defensive front.
No doubt. And they are expecting, I'm sure, even though, 7:30 to play in the third quarter, but expecting the Eagles pass rush to start getting a little bit more aggressive possibly. So trying to offset. But to your point, Fletch was in the backfield immediately. White was just able to make a miss.
This is when you start to think the defense starts to kind of roll here. Second down and 7, offset I. Baker Mayfield fakes the toss. Now he's going to roll to his right. Now he's going to throw, and that is caught. Oh, dropped by Mike Evans. Looked like Darius Slade tried to jump that one. Timed his jump a little poorly, and Evans couldn't make a pretty easy catch there. I don't know if he would have gotten both feet in bounds, but third down and 7.
Yeah, that would have been tough there. He would have, the second look here on the replay, would have been able to get 2 feet in. That's at least the second drop from Evans. It's interesting. We've seen at least 2, and then, Sidney Brown kind of able to wrestle it from his hands. But I'd say Evans has had certainly an off night, 2 receptions for 13 yards on 5 targets.
Third down and 7 from the Buck 39-yard line. Mayfield, empty, 5 receivers, he motions Evans across the formation. Mayfield takes a snap. Comes a blitz by Philadelphia. Carter in the backfield. Baker Mayfield gets away from it, steps up in the pocket. Home run ball. He's looking for Evans. Incomplete. He overthrew him by about 5 yards. Jalen Carter got close. Somebody put a big shot on Mayfield at the end of that play.
That was my man. That was Nolan
Was that
Smith.
Nolan Smith?
He
It was?
murdered
Okay.
him. He absolutely did. And he's not feeling great. I don't know if that's an injury or just a stinger there. But yeah, Nolan, he got him really good at the end of that throw.
It's a 5-man front by Philadelphia, and they run Reddick on a stunt. Carter is so close to getting there, and then Nolan Smith just absolutely obliterated Baker Mayfield. Holy cow. And it forces a punt. And he gets that one underway.
Oh my gosh, love it.
Covey, fair catch, way for at the 12. In the rain, he just goes ahead and gets it down.
Okay.
And Mayfield is still getting looked at on the sideline. That was quite the hit as we go to another commercial break with the Eagles back getting the football in a second. Good hit by Nolan
Not a
Smith.
better way.
We'll throw in an Andrea Bland super chat in here. She says, put me in for 10 for the hoodie, as we get a chance to give that away coming up in about 7 minutes of football time at the end of the third quarter. You not got your super chats in? Now is the chance as we get over 900 people watching on both of our shows. If you guys want a chance to win the hoodie you see on your screen, drop a super chat. The dollar amount is the entry amount. We compile them all together and then spin the wheel of giveaways in the end of the third quarter to see who wins this one. We'll pick it up from Fanatics. Pork Chop Express, he's got 5. Agent Zero is going to run wild here to close out a rainy night. Need to see a couple of, I'm messing this up here. A couple of 6s from Dallas and AJ to send them home with a dub. That'd be nice. Nice to get AJ Brown a touchdown catch. That would kind of cap the night off as a whole. Definitely.
Yep. You feel like, that would be a nice nightcap. You get to AJ, he's happy. He's made some plays, but he really could have had one. I know it was that high throw earlier, but yeah, I think Agent Zero is the way to go for sure. We've seen the way the blocking is so far, but man, that was I got to go back to it because we don't see Nolan Smith on the field too much. At least we haven't so far. But the way that he was able to get there and make Baker feel that on the last one. Yep, self-made entertainment. Josh, there goes our boy, Nolan Smith. We've been waiting to see him. Yeah, we have. We've been waiting to see that. That's what I've wanted to see. That's what everyone's wanted to see for so long. So I know it's just a QB hit, but yeah, he made sure that Baker felt it.
Connie Mack, Eagle fan, 5 more. He says, I need that hoodie. Need some colors when I get back from Argentina. Great show, guys. Thanks for streaming Run the Ball. All right, you got 5 more. You got a chance. You're piling them up. More entries, the higher the chance. Soul Center gets 2. Nothing in the comments, but Soul Center wants to get 2 entries into the hoodie giveaway. We're spinning that wheel very soon, end of the third quarter. And if you don't get a super chat in by the end of the third quarter, we're not going to get you on the wheel to spin. So get them in now. We're going to give that hoodie away a little bit later on.
You'll be in for the next one if you're after that, but it won't count for this one.
We are 10 likes away from 300 likes on both channels. So if you guys want to give the show a like right now, that would be amazing.
Give it a like for Nolan's big hit. Come on.
We
could do that.
Should be easy
Anyone
enough.
who hasn't, just give it a like for Nolan.
Rookies have been the story tonight. There are a lot of stories, but the rookies have been making impacts, and that is, Jalen Carter was unblocked basically on that play, unblockable, and then in comes Nolan Smith to clean things up at the end. It's what you've been wanting to see, man. It's good stuff. It's really good stuff.
Love it. You're getting the rotation too, and again, I mean, this is what this team is built off of. I mean, you're expecting, you're wanting the lead, and as soon as you have it, you got the pass rush to just dominate.
Here's a turn give. This is Swift running right side, trying to follow. Oh, broken tackle, spins out of another one, and gets across the 20-yard line.
My gosh.
DeAndre Swift, he is, after tonight, he's going to be up there for leading rusher of the National Football League, trailing probably only Christian McCaffrey after what we've seen so far.
Yeah, 11 rushes for 89 yards. I mean, this dude is insane. He should have only had like 2 or 3 yards there, and then he's able to fight through Neal trying to kind of go for the ball, I guess, but picking up 8 on that carry, 8.1 yards per carry.
89 yards rushing on 11 carries right now. Hurts takes the snap, turn gives Swift, bouncing around behind the line of scrimmage, then puts his head forward and falls for a gain of maybe 2. And so he didn't get the first down there. It'll be third down and probably a short 1.
All right, not so much there. The defensive line, I think that was Vita Vea.
Haven't called his name at all tonight. Speaking of Vita Vea, at all. Kelsey working him up front. All right, third down and 1. They're in tush-push formation here. And they try to get him to jump. Hurts under center, trying to go hard count. Hasn't happened yet. Still waiting to snap it. Now takes it. Hurts falls forward, and he got clearly enough for a first down.
Good luck. You're not stopping that.
You can't.
I mean, it makes it even harder, quite honestly, when you're sitting there trying to get them to jump, and then you do it. Like, I'm sure in the huddle, you might even literally be saying like, "Hey, we're going to go at a specific time, or you're going for the count." So obviously you have the extra benefit to know when the snap's going to go. But when you're also going up there to make them jump off, it's unfair. It really is.
First down, Philadelphia at the 25-yard line. 5:10 to go, third quarter. Swift in the gun to the left of Hurts. Takes a snap. 5-man pressure. Hurts in the gun. Now he rolls to his right. A little bit of pressure coming. Now stops, looks, throws. That's caught by Stoll. And he'll toe tap out of bounds to the 29-yard line. It'll be third down and short. Get a Josh 8 super chat here. 2 entries. He says, no question at running back. 0 question. If you drafted Kenny Gainwell like I did, you're an idiot. So welcome to the club.
Did you draft him before DeAndre Swift?
No, I'm not that dumb.
Then you're not really, yeah. You're an idiot if you did it where you drafted Kenny Gainwell before Swift.
Second down and 4, not third down and 4. I was wrong on that. Second down and 4 is the Eagles are going to use every second of this play clock and start to really wind this third quarter down, up 17. Here we go. Pistol formation. Hurst takes the snap. Turn, give, Swift, right side. Big hole, there he goes, to the 40. DeAndre Swift to the 50. One man to beat, and gets tackled at the 41-yard line. That gets him over 100 for the night. Agent Zero is quickly becoming one of my favorite Eagles in the past couple of seasons. He is unbelievable.
This dude is insane. And again, I mean, you talk about this O-line, we give him credit for everything. Landon Dickerson is down here. Hopefully nothing too major. He's on one knee. But they're going to show him coming around for he's got a block on, couldn't tell who that was actually, who he got, but he's down on a knee. But I mean, again, the hole that Swift had, great vision, cuts up, makes a guy miss, then brought down at the 40. But yes, it's just, I mean, the level of efficiency when Swift is the running back, and it's clear and obvious, because it'd be one thing if we looked at it and said every single running back's averaging 9 yards a carry, but there's a difference whenever Swift is on the field.
They're going to call a timeout. We're going to keep an eye here what's going on with Dickerson. We've gone to timeout. You got the Josh 8 super chat. We got a couple more we're going to squeeze in here during this commercial break. Eugene Phoenix, 2 more. Swift is going to be my next jersey get. Kelly Green, Agent Zero jersey, be really hard to pass up. And maybe we'll give one of those away in the future. That might not be a bad idea.
That could be.
Let me know when you got Eugene in here. We're 5 minutes away from giving this bad boy away in football time. So get your super chats in right now.
All right. How much was Eugene?
2 dose.
All right, got that one down.
And then throwing Kai Patterson. She wants 2 more. Storm can't win it. It's going to be me. We'll see if that is the case. Again, any super chat gets you an entry. 2 entries here from Storm. $2 means two entries, and she's compounding all the ones that she did a little bit earlier. We are well over 300 likes on the show. We appreciate that. And then let me know when you're ready for the next one. We got Jess Lynn.
All right, we ready for the next one?
Jess Lynn, 5 entries into our really sick Eagles Nike hoodie giveaway in Kelly Green. Make sure we get that one down. They're asking how many total rushing yards for Swift. It's over 100. It's probably close to 130 right now. He had 178 last week, and we still have a quarter and a half to go. So there could be back-to-back serious number nights for Agent Zero in that Philadelphia Eagles uniform.
Oh, yeah. Swift, 13 carries, 119 yards.
There you go. You got Jess Lynn for 5?
Yes. Yep.
All right, Jess Lynn for 5. We got that one locked in. Wow. This is... you were hoping for a dominant Eagles game, right? You're hoping for that Eagles game to start looking like what we thought the Eagles games were going to look like the first couple games of the season, and they're starting to live up to it. I mean, has it been perfect? No. Jalen Hurts' flu-like symptoms have a factor in that? Maybe, but 20-3 against an offense that a lot of people were highly impressed with the first 2 games of the season. You got to like what you're seeing.
Absolutely, yeah. Again, like. You could say there's the Swift Kelsey news and all this other stuff, but DeAndre Swift is making his name felt. He certainly did in week 2, but just keeping it up. I mean, the same story here in week 3 in Tampa.
Dickerson goes to the medical tent. Here's a play fake to Gainwell. Hurts standing in a very clean pocket. Now steps up. Home run ball. Deep. It's Smith. Is it intercepted?
Yep.
It is. Picked off at the 1-yard line. Delaney picked that one off. Jeez, did he get 2 feet in?
I think he did. It's
a good play. That is a good play. It's an arm punt, essentially, but it kills the drive.
Yeah, they're going to get it at the 2-yard line, so you're right. I mean, it is a punt there, but he's got 1, 2, yeah, yep. He's down.
Jeez, he got it. Another pick. Let's make sure he catches it going to the ground. 1, 2. That's an interception. Yep. Wow. They will review
I know you're
it.
taking a deep shot, but I don't know. It looked like maybe was it a little bit underthrown? Possibly.
Maybe.
It's a great play, but Smitty's just not coming back to the ball, so it doesn't really help Jalen there in that sense. But kudos to the Bucs there. I mean, that was a good play to get 2 in, honestly. I mean, he's looking at it multiple times. Delaney, I don't think there's a question. It's a clear pick. They're taking a second here. I don't know if they're double checking on that, but
let's slide in a super chat from Sloppy Joe's Sloppy Show. 5 more here. Howie signing Swift and sending Taylor Swift to date Travis, all in an effort to get Travis to play for Philly with his brother next year, will pay off. We'll see. We'll see about that. They have confirmed the interception. Let me know when you have the super chat.
Okay, got that one down. Yep.
All right, so they're gonna have a 1st down and 10 at the Buck 2. So no harm, no foul. Now you got to get out of your own end zone if you're Baker. 3:46 to go, 3rd quarter. And they look like they're in a heavy run formation. Baker takes the snap.
Good luck.
White. Oh, it's a safety.
Got him.
Oh, it's Nicholas Morrow. Wow. Wow.
That was too easy. You're going to see the replay here. But if you take a look at the D-line, there's about 3 different guys who won their individual battle. I mean, that was like as soon as the snap was taken, there was no luck. I mean, there was no chance at all that Rachaad White is getting out of that one. I was watching because I was like, okay, I see JC, I see Jordan Davis there, Milton Williams. They create some gaps, and then again, kudos to Nicholas Morrow who gets through there first. But the linebackers, I mean, they get to eat because of the D-line that are taking up all those blocks, but never a chance to get out of it.
Jordan Davis had a double team, and they didn't move him backwards an inch. He stood exactly where he got the initial contact.
Yeah.
Morrow kind of jumped through a hole and makes the tackle, but Cunningham was right there. Davis was, again, sitting right there in the hole.
Jalen Carter was double-teamed and ended up splitting through the middle on both as well. Wow. Yeah, it's just good luck stopping it.
This defense is having an absolute night right now. An absolute night. And now you're going to get the ball back after the safety kickoff or punt, whatever you want to call it.
See, Jalen knew what he was doing. It's better. You just get 2 points and take the ball back.
There you go. There you go. So here comes the punt from their own 20-yard line. And that one is going to be pretty darn good. Covey takes it at the 5. There's a flag on the play, and Covey's going to run to the right. Can he get some blockers? Cuts on the field to the 20. Covey to the 30. Cuts back across the 30 and down to the 33-yard line. This could be an offsides, maybe on the kick, a very early safety or flag. I think this is going to be on the Bucs. Good return from Covey, though.
It might be. Yeah, it looked like he might only be like at the 15 or so, but he's able to make a guy miss and cut up the right side. I think that's what they're going to call. Still don't have it yet, but Covey's played well. I mean, give him some credit. You got the punt return, kick return,
great.
whatever you want to call that one. But, the other couple of punt returns, too, of getting some yardage and putting the Eagles in a good position.
It
looks
was
like that's what that was.
offsides. Yes. So it is on the kicking team, and so Philadelphia is going to get probably some more money or more moves at the end of the run there. Okay.
Yep. Added at the end there, so. All right. 36-yard line?
Yep.
Okay.
349 yards of offense right now for Philadelphia.
Gracious.
Not bad.
And look at the Bucs.
100
yards.
Here we go. 3:31 to go. 3 minutes till we give away that hoodie. And we'll get to more Super Chats whenever they end the third quarter, and then we'll spin it. Hurts in the gun. Swift to his right. Takes a snap. Turn gives Swift. Running up the middle. He gets through one hole across the 45 to the 46, and that's running behind the right guard, or one of the new guards who pulled there, Sua Opeta, who was in for the injured Landon Dickerson. We've got to keep an eye on that one as he went to the medical tent, has not returned yet.
And the vision. I feel like a broken record all night, but the vision of DeAndre Swift there, again, it's like another running back that may only be about 2 yards, but he actually sees it to cut back up the inside there. He had Lane Johnson, like you said, blocking, but able to pick up 5 yards.
First down and 10 from the 46-yard lines. Another give by, looks like Swift, and he's going to have a first down. And he got across the 45 to the 46, and that'll be a first down for Philadelphia. And let's keep an eye on Lane Johnson here, who might be down.
Hopefully that's not serious there. Please be all right.
They are showing us Todd Bowles instead of the field. Come on, ESPN.
Okay, we're good.
He's okay. Okay.
You scared me for a second.
He looked like he was laying down.
Like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Woo. I don't need that.
The 11th rushing first down for Philadelphia. Tampa Bay has 0 on the night. First down and 10 from the Eagle 47. Hurts takes the snap. Guess who? DeAndre Swift running up the middle. Now cuts it out to the left side and makes one man miss, and then gets sandwiched between two defenders across the 48. Maybe a gain of 2 as we slide into Super Chat here from Josh H. as we're getting down to the witching hour of our hoodie giveaway. If you've not gotten a Super Chat in yet, this is ending soon. At the end of the third quarter, we're going to finish up with the Super Chats and spin our wheel to see who wins this incredible Nike Eagles hoodie. Kelly Green. This is some fun stuff here. We're going to do that in just a little bit. Make sure you got Josh H down for 2 more.
Yes. Yep. And
Hurts,
sorry, go ahead.
Hurts empty. 5 receivers. Looks like a blitz walking up to the line. Here they come. Hurts takes the snap. Free rusher. Looks left. Throws. That's caught wide open. A.J. Brown. Makes a man miss. A.J. Brown foot race. Blocker in front of him. And then falls out of bounds across the Buck 25. He had Zacchaeus in front of him. If Zacchaeus makes a better block there, he might sprung A.J. Brown. That's his 7th catch of the night. And a very, very easy pitch and toss for Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, he's getting plenty of coverage or plenty of separation there because it's a very soft zone. Giving A.J. Brown the first down, makes a play and goes. It's perfect timing, too, because Porkchop K said, someone let me know if Brown catches it. I can't tell because my grandpa has the Bengals game on. Well, I'm sorry about that problem for you. But
Grandpa!
If it helps, if A.J. Brown's getting catches this way, maybe keep the Bengals game on.
The Bengals game on. His 87th yard of the night. And the Eagles are back inside Buck territory. Hurts in an empty set. Takes a snap. Here comes some pressure. Steps in the pocket. Looks left. Throws. That's caught. There's Goddard. And he falls forward across the 21-yard line. And so he's going to be maybe 3 yards short as they're going to run one more play before the end of the third quarter. Reminder, at the end of the third quarter, we're going to start getting ready to draw for this thing. So get your Super Chats in right now if you want a chance.
I might have missed this one. You probably said it earlier. I just missed it. But Kai's $5 super chat. I just got it, but she said, "Josh, serious question. What size is my hoodie?" So, if it's yours, we'll figure out. Yeah, you just let us know. But we'll see who wins that.
Second down and 5. The Eagles' 60th play of the night. Hurts takes the snap. Another blitz. Here's left side. Throws caught. A.J. Brown puts his foot in the ground. Makes a man miss. A.J. the 10. Tries to get around a block. Still going. And he's down at the 5-yard line and then gets spun down inbounds. That'll stop the clock. No, sorry. That'll keep the clock running. And the Eagles are going to end their third quarter inside the red zone yet again. And A.J. Brown has crossed 100 yards receiving on the night. Maybe he's close.
There you go. That's End of the third quarter, it's 22-3. You're in a great position right now, obviously. So if you go cash this in, the offense has been moving the ball, but there's another AJ catch. So please, pork chop, whatever you're doing, keep it going. Keep that
All
Bengals
right.
game for us.
Last
You're holding down
call. We're going to give you like a minute if you want one more
Yes.
super chat, and Josh is going to
And
get the
Kai,
wheel
I've got your
going.
super chat. Kai, you said should have done 2, missed the super chat. I did get it down. We didn't say it earlier. You're right, but I just caught it. So the 5 is counted. I've got you down for all the answers.
All right. Anybody else? Josh is going to get that wheel spun, get the screen share going. Last second chance to get in on a super chat. If you want to enter, just drop one.
Anybody else?
What's going to happen here?
Quick.
I'm going to give it 1 minute. My clock hits 9:35. We're going to put that thing up unless we get another entry. Yeah, Almighty Dreadhead says AJ wants the touchdown. Bad. You know he wants one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
This has got to be surely a play design where you're not necessarily going to throw it, but yeah, if anything's close, it's going to go to him.
Let Swift run it or throw it to AJ, says Self-Made Entertainment. That would be nice as well. I would be right there with you on that one.
Okay, I was wondering, Pork Chop needs the 200 points. I was wondering why he needed the A.J. Brown. I figured it was something fantasy-wise, but okay, you need the 200 points in fantasy. That'd be a pretty big week there.
All right, looks like
All right, are we ready?
Ready. Let me get the screen share here as we're going to spin this thing to see who wins our... Oh, wait, we just got 2 more at the last second. Oh. Quickly, here. Let's add these in. Hyper Lethal Vector, 5 more. Make sure we get that in.
Okay.
And then we'll do 1 more.
Hyper Lethal Vector. How much was it? Sorry.
5.
5. Okay, got that one.
And then Kai, you said it earlier. You said, last chat, go Birds. You missed my $5 chat, Thomas Mont. You called that earlier, didn't you, though, right?
Yeah, we did miss it, Kai, but we ended up getting it. Sorry, he didn't put it up actually on the screen. But yeah, we got it. Caught up in all the drama and action. But I did get it. So you're up to 22 total entries. I got all those. All
right, we got a couple more coming here now. Jacob, I guess last-minute Hail Marys here. Jacob De Jesus, I think. De Jesus? I don't know how to say that. 5 more. And anyone consider DCs aren't adjusting Hurts well, half of a hell of a game from him. Pretty good so far. All right, let me know what you got Jacob in.
All right. How much was the amount?
5.
5, okay. Yep.
And then 1946 Connie Mack, Eagle fan with 1 more. Just to make sure.
All right.
1 more. All right, that means we're going to spin it. Let me get this thing up on a screen.
How much was the Connie Mack one there?
1. Uno.
1? Okay. All right, cool. So we're up to 21 there. Perfect.
Let's get this call first. After this drive, we're going to spin it because Eagles are back here. So sit tight. 1st and goal. We're going to spin it in a second. From the 6-yard line. Hurts takes the snap. 4-man pressure. Steps up. Looks right.
You called it.
Looking for Brown. He dropped it.
No.
Oh,
oh, Pork Chop. Did you turn the game on or did you just keep it on the Bengals?
A.J. Brown dropped it in the back of the end zone.
Oh, you called it, though. It was a play design going to AJ all the way.
Right in the hands. Right in the hands.
Oh, he did. Pork Chop says, yo, I'm back. Let's go, AJ Brown. Oh. Sorry, he dropped it. He had it.
All right. 2nd down and goal. Gainwell was the back in on 1st and goal. He's still the back in on 2nd down and goal. Hurts is the lone, Brown, the lone receiver at the bottom of the screen. Eagles bring in 2 tight ends and Stoll and Goddard. They got Smith tight, the formation to the left. Hurts in the gun, takes the snap, turn, give, Gainwell up the middle, tries to pull through a couple of tackles and is down at the 2. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 2. And if you're Agent Zero, you're wondering, why am I not getting to finish this drive?
Yeah, you do wonder that. I mean, it's a good run by King. 6 for 24, but...
All right, come on, can we punch one in here without doing a push? Can we get a... I think they're doing the push though right now, aren't they? Yeah, they are.
It's the most effective thing. I get that it's boring. We want to see other guys, but
3rd and goal. Hurts under center.
Oh,
Hurts
fake.
Takes the snap. Fake. Hurts is going to fall down and trip over his own legs, and that was a disaster. Yeah. That was supposed to be a design pass to Stoll, and it didn't work. Come on. Darn it.
You're getting too cute with that, honestly. That's, I mean, it was the boring play to do the tush push, but it's so effective. I don't know why you're trying to fake it.
Well, Jake Elliott fantasy holders will rejoice, but geez, too many red zone trips. That's the one story of the night that's been negative. Besides the the picks, it's the red zone play calling. It's not been good. 25-yard
it
try
definitely
from
hasn't.
Elliott is up and good, and the Eagles have scored. And now, wait, we had one more super chat. I saw it come in. It was 1946 Connie Mack. He got two more. He says, "I need that hoodie, man." Well, we're gonna spin right now. Once we get this inputted, we're gonna spin it.
Okay, 2 more for Connie Mack, and then we are good. Got it down. Okay.
All right, so let's
should
get
have
this
it
on the
shared.
screen. Okay, I have it on the screen, and as always, it just shows you. It won't show me for whatever reason. Although, can I get myself on there? Let's see. Nope, I cannot. What are you going to do?
Reason.
All right, there everybody is, and your piece of the pie is based on how much you did. Lots of entries. Are we ready? Spin
We're ready.
it.
Here we go. Good luck to everyone, and here you go. Who's it going to be? Sideline hoodie. Size of your choice, if you win. And it is...
Who is it? 570-3R. I don't know how to say that name.
I have no clue, but
No
570 and 3R.
Hey, send us an email.
Congrats.
Both of our emails are in our description box, thomasmacho@gmail.com. Send us a DM on Twitter. We need to know your size and your address. That's what we need. You are the winner.
Either channel, and we will get it to you.
Let's see if he's in the chat. That'd be nice if he was, right?
Always makes it easier, but you know, you can come back, or we'll.
Congratulations, 570N3R getting the hoodie. Appreciate everybody playing. Oh, it's pronounced Stoner. Ah, all right.
Oh, I see that now. Okay, fine.
Yeah, there you go.
Hoodie's yours. Anytime it's the digit to start out the word, that's always
Stoner. Everyone's telling me I'm an idiot. We figured it out. All right, you guys send us give us an email or DM on Twitter. He left forever ago. Well, he's gonna hopefully win it, and if not, if we don't hear from him by Wednesday, then we redraw on Wednesday night during our live shows. If you haven't subbed to us yet, we do daily shows, obviously on both channels. Live show every Wednesday at 7 p.m. So stay tuned for that. Let's hope Stoner figured it out that he won this thing.
Yeah. Otherwise, hey, you know, everybody else still has a chance. So
he's got to let us know by Wednesday at 7. It's got to be the time. We'll see if he does. Congrats, number smoker man is the comment there by Eugene. Congratulations. We do it every game though. We do give away every game, so stay tuned for that.
Yep. Sometimes we've had apparel, sometimes mini helmet.
Yep.
Autographed mini helmets. Who knows? Well, always random with the giveaways there.
Yep. Boy, if you're wondering if the other Monday night game was going to be a barn burner, you were wrong. It's 6-3. Rams versus Bengals. So, not great.
Fun football.
Stoner is here. Is he here? Fade into you says Stoner is here. Well, I need to see a comment from. Oh, there he is. What's the email? I see him. I gotcha. Here.
Okay.
That's the email. Send us a screenshot of your YouTube account too. That way we know it's you. Like you screenshot your YouTube app showing your name in there, and then I just sent it, Stoner. You see it in the chat. Send it to me. Size. Give me your size and your address. Fourth quarter.
All righty, here we go. It's Baker Mayfield complete to Mike Evans over the left side, a completion for a first down, a gain of about 15 or so. Got in behind the second, in behind the linebackers there, so a first down. Fourth quarter here, 13-15. Eagles up 25-3. And if you took the advice of the under 45 that I said, it's not the worst pick right now. If you took my Broncos 6.5, I apologize for that. That was probably the worst pick ever. But you're not going to win them all, I guess. All right, Bacon the shotgun, empty set, takes a snap over the middle. He's got a man. It's complete. Jeez. Evans again, and brought down by Reed Blankenship. What a catch. Mike Evans at the 30 of Philly, and he made up for, he's had a couple drops, but that was a very impressive catch.
Boy, this was almost an overthrow, and Terrell Edmonds was in a great spot to catch this. That's a one-handed catch. Holy cow. Mike Evans, man, he is... Jesus, great catch. I mean, my goodness.
He had a couple bad drops, but yeah, that was a very good catch there. So I think I owe 10 push-ups apparently for that too. So 1st and 10. All right, Baker in the shotgun. Hand off to White up the right side. Has a block. finds a hole, cuts up, now bounces out right side, and a first down before he's pushed out of bounds by Terrell Edmonds. It's a gain of 10, and we'll have a Bucs another first down at the 22-yard line of Philly, I believe.
That was the longest run of the night there by the Bucs, and it went for about 12. So
all right. And it's first and 10 now. Bake again, empty set. It looks like your Eagles showing just 4-man rush, and that's what they'll do. Takes the snap, fires right side quickly. It's caught, complete, a gain of 8. And that was Tompkins there with the catch as Job gets him down. So it's 2nd and 2.
we're approaching 400 likes here between the two channels. You guys have not dropped likes yet. 400 is something we have not gotten yet during our live shows. We'd appreciate that greatly.
We would, definitely. Let's see. We're at Christopher Lynn. How many yards? Curious, how many yards on what? Let us know.
A.J. Brown is over 100.
Oh, for Evans. Let's see. I'll get to that in a second. As the second down handoff to White goes up the middle for a gain of 4. He's just short of the first down, so it brings up a 3rd and 1. Stoner, you said you're on the Philly show. You don't see the email. If you go to the description, there's in the description box, if you'll open that up, there's a for serious business inquiries, email me. There's the email right there. So just email me that. We'll need the address and the size for the hoodie, and then we'll get that sent to you.
Come on, Stoner. He's stoned. That's why he can't figure out what the description box is.
Yeah, well, you know.
It happens.
I'm a little hyped on this game too, so I can understand. But 3rd and 1, Baker in the gun over the right side. Godwin complete at the goal line.
Didn't get it.
He's pushed out. Okay, he's just short of the half-yard line on Job. He had a little separation. Good throw by Baker and complete. So it brings up 1st and goal, 10-15 on the game clock there.
That's a good drive. Job did a good job punching him out the 1, but here comes Baker from the 1-yard line.
Yep, takes the snap in the gun, looks left side, fires up to Evans, overthrow incomplete. So to bring up a 2nd and goal. And Mike Evans has 59 yards, 4 catches, 59 yards. I think that was the question of how many yards he has, but that's what he's up to currently.
Someone just commented, watch them sneak it. Tush push would be a pretty good move.
Yeah, a little dose of their own medicine, I guess. The problem is that teams can't seem to run it near as effectively as the Eagles can. Everyone complains about it, but they can't actually run it to the same effectiveness. So Baker in the gun. He's got White to his right. It's going to be a handoff to right, and he pushes upside, but he's stopped. He stopped short.
Edmonds.
And that is big Jordan Davis and Edmonds there that converge. And, good luck trying to get a push on Jordan Davis.
Yeah, I think he's the main reason why you would never try the tush push against the Eagles, because you have to
true.
You got to stop Jordan Davis from moving, which is very hard with one person, let alone 2.
Here we go. Sean saying this drive's going to kill my fantasy D numbers. Hopefully not. They'll go for it if they get a 4th down. They're not going to kick a field goal. Field goal's meaningless. But 3rd and goal, Baker under center, single back formation, looks left side. He's got Evans, and it is complete touchdown on Slay. He had him beat.
Dang, I thought Slay was in good position there.
Yeah, that was he was in decent position. I'll give him that. You're right. He wasn't just totally from the get-go, but Evans able to kind of use his body to shield him and get it up there where Evans can make the grab. So a touchdown. That is
I thought Slay had
25.
Good position.
Yeah, they're very close there. Very close. Able to hold on. But 25-9. They're going to go for 2 here. Make it a 14-point game. Baker empty set, takes the snap, looks right. Pressure, doesn't find anybody over the middle now, and it is complete. Complete to Godwin. Over the middle, escaped Zach Cunningham. So the conversion is good. 25-11 now.
9:22 to go. Two-score game, though. A lot of points still on the board. Josh with a subtle smile there for his fantasy receiver, Mike Evans, in a touchdown catch. You're not going to get away with it.
I mean, yeah, well, apparently I've got 100 push-ups that I have to do for that.
Your entire show tomorrow is just you doing push-ups. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Yep. I'm going to have to space it out quite a bit. There's no way there's doing 100 in a row. I'll give you a couple here and there.
All right, well, they weren't going to stop him forever. A good drive there, the best drive we've seen from Baker Mayfield and company. with an incredible catch. That was the Mike Evans drive. And listen, Slay was in good position, but unable to make the play there. And listen, 2-score game, 9 minutes to go. It feels like 8-0 time, right?
It really does. It is. You want to seal it, and the questions would be, I'm sure, as we've seen from some people, what about Rashad Penny? But we're not going to see that. It'll be DeAndre Swift or Kenny Gainwell. But yeah, at this point, you want to run it out. And I'm going to send real quick. Stoner, you say, can I send it to your Twitter? So yes, you can. Here's the, you may already be following, which is great. But if not, there's the Twitter handle.
He's really struggling to find that email in the description box, huh? Really struggling.
DM works too. So just give it a follow. Shoot me a message there, and we will get it to you.
Come on, Stoner, you got this. You got this.
All right. Well, either way, he says I don't see the email address. Okay, so the email is. Just I guess it's X technically, yes, for someone, but it's down there. Yeah, I'll send it now here. I thought it was. I mean, it's there in the description. I'm double checking to make sure, but it's right there for serious business inquiries. So yeah, you can do that, or if you want to send an email now, we're gonna get this to work.
Yeah, it's right there. The Philly Special Show at gmail.com.
And send a picture if you don't mind of the channel. We got to make sure it's you. All right.
All right.
That should figure it out. That should figure it out.
Make sure there's no onside kick here, right?
Yeah, you can't be too careful. Obviously, a 14-point game, 9 minutes left, and they'll just kick it away.
Yeah.
All right. No return out of the back of the end zone. So 9:22, Eagles up 14, 25-11. You're in a decent spot here. The game is not completely sealed, but like you mentioned a second ago, the way the running game's been going, you don't need to get too crazy. You don't have to get super aggressive and lots of play calls for, like aggressive passing attempts or things like that. Let's just run the ball behind DeAndre Swift.
Seems that simple, right? It definitely seems that simple. Boy, you're in a great spot to go 3-0, though. They're showing the 3-0 teams on the screen with Miami and the 49ers. Dallas loses yesterday. Really, 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 really good chance to go to 3-0 right now. Let's have a nice long drive.
Let's run it. And they do. Gainwell up the middle. 2 yards, brought down. I don't know why it's Gainwell.
Comments saying, oh no, Gainwell. Boy, he went from RB1 in the playoffs to, please don't run him. Please just DeAndre Swift. And it feels like when you want to close a game out, you're bringing Agent Zero to close this thing up. But
yep,
not the case. Not the case at all.
Nope. They're trying to get Gainwell his touches, try to keep him happy as he's still on the field.
They're split him out wide right now.
Yeah, they are actually. It's empty set. Jalen in the gun. Bucs looks like they're showing pressure. 7 on the play clock. Jalen's going to take the snap. They do send some pressure over the middle. Complete to Goddard. He's got a first down and more up to the 38-yard line. So it'll be a first down, a gain of 13 on the play. And that was good recognition. Jalen noticed the pressure coming immediately. Just throw the slant route to Goddard over the middle past the blitz.
That was a play that, whether it was Brown or Goddard last year, that made them automatic. They converted more third downs on that play than I think any other play in their entire arsenal last year. And they've not gotten it running a lot the first 2 weeks of this season. A couple more to Brown tonight. Like to see Goddard involved there, though, on a quick hot read by Jalen Hurts on that blitz. And another first down means another minute or two are going to get turned off this clock.
There you go. 8 minutes left on the game clock. 1st and 10. From the 37, Hurts takes the snap, hands off to Gainwell. Left side, he's got a hole, hurdles a man before he's tripped up and brought down. He had a lot of space, a gain of 7. That could have been a whole lot more.
That's a touchdown. That is 6.
He was going to be off. He was going to be off to the races.
He's running behind Dallas Goedert. They pulled both the guard and the other, what was it? Yeah, Calcaterra. So Juergens and Calcaterra came and almost hurdled over the safety. That would have been a first down. Man. Still got 7.
All right, 2nd and 3. 7:18 on the game clock. They show Swift on the sideline, wondering probably when he's going to get in. But a snap handoff to Gainwell up the middle, and he's brought down for a gain of 3. Looks like that was Levante David, I believe. Was that? I think that was David. But it's going to be short, 3rd and 1.
Yeah, you get about 2.5 there. Needed 3. Eagles are approaching 200 yards rushing. They're at a $188 right now. 41 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they're showing Rashad Penny on the sideline right now. And you can basically just take a seat, Rashad, because they're not going to give him any carries, and probably much to his chagrin.
Yep, unfortunately. But you got a 3rd and 1. 6:38. Game clock continues to run. Hurts in the gun. He's got Gainwell to his right. He will have 3 on the play clock and timeout. Eagles are going to burn a timeout.
Eagles burn 1. Okay. All right. Didn't like the look. They were going heavy package here, and now on a 3rd down and 1, tush push. You don't like Gainwell on 3rd down and 1, right? You would like DeAndre Swift. All of us would like DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, hate it. We saw what happened when you ran the last time on a 4th and 1 or 4th and 2 with Gainwell. Yeah, don't run that. You use a timeout. 25-11. 6:30 left on the game clock. I know you don't want to just always run up there and have your quarterback subject to, especially in the flu-like symptoms or whatnot, and he's going to have to do some sort of QB sneak. But, I mean, it's the most effective play. Like, it's a 3rd and 1. You convert here. You run more time off the clock. You're up 2 scores. It just seems like the smartest play, I mean, it's a given, right? But it's like when in doubt, if it's a yard or less, QB sneak. Like, it's just impossible to stop.
Be nice if they could just burn 7 minutes of this clock and just give them the ball back with no time, right? That feels like the move right now. No time left. Ice this game, get over 30 points, and let's just roll into a very interesting Week 4 matchup at home. 2nd home game of the season against the Washington Commanders, who look great Week 2 in Denver, but did that really carry a lot of weight now? I don't know, because they got obliterated by the Bills at FedEx Field. So an unknown Commanders team coming to town next week.
Unknown Commanders team that can't protect their quarterback. So I'm interested to see. I think the opening line is Philly -7. I think that's what it opened up at.
I think the Bills had 10 sacks in that game on Sunday.
I was going to say they had a lot.
9 or 10. I have to turn my fan off. I'm going to put you solo because I've got a fan blowing at me, and I am freezing right now. So stand by.
That works. All right, we'll see what the Eagles are going to come back and do here. I feel like you have to insert DeAndre Swift. I know we were saying that earlier, but as they're going to show, of course they are. They're going to show the Rondé Barber pick 6 in the 2002 NFC Championship game at the Vet. Yeah, well.
Yeah. We just had 999 people on the stream from both streams together. We're so close to hitting 1,000, which is crazy. So close to hitting 1,000. I'm telling you, every single game we're doing this, guys. So jump in, sub during the year, and they're going to tush push on 3rd.
There it is. Yep. QB sneak. He's got it easily. Well over. That's about 2 yards that they picked up there.
What do you do?
You just don't. I'm convinced that, and the favorite, it's not like they always go to this side, but the favorite side is Mailata and Dickerson. Like, just get that push and go there.
Dickerson's still not in the game. That was Opeta. So we got to keep an eye on I'm going to see if I can find a Twitter update on Landon Dickerson, because he has not been back since being on a knee and that big Swift run. Oh, keep in mind that Todd Bowles did put extra emphasis on the quarterback sneak in practice this week for the Bucs, so that's good for them.
It hasn't worked. All right, but it is a 1st down, and Gainwell gets the handoff to the left side and blown up immediately. Wow, that was not a lot of push and a loss of about 3 yards there. That was just about instantly run over.
Not seeing anything here in terms of No, I don't see anything in terms of Landon Dickerson.
The only thing that I'm seeing here on Eagles official channel is just injury update. Dickerson knee questionable to return, but that was 15 minutes ago.
Knee. You don't like to hear that.
No, he did walk off the field, it looks like. So, I mean, at least there's something, but we'll see. 5 minutes left. Hurts in the gun, takes a snap. Deep shot, right side. He has Gainwell, but it is incomplete.
No.
It was incomplete. A little bit of a underthrown ball.
Yeah, that bounced off the ground, right?
Yep. He got up to run like he'd caught it, but that looked like that clearly bounced off the ground.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm a Gainwell deep shot kind of guy running on Devin White.
I don't like it. I mean, he did have a step, but I mean, not much. And you're just trying to force something there. It feels like, why not just keep it simple? You're right. Keep it simple, stupid. Just let's keep running.
That ball did bounce very, very clearly.
Yep.
Stops the clock too at 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, I don't like that play call. It was 2nd and 13. Now it's 3rd and 13. With the Eagles up 25-11, 5 minutes left in the fourth. Ball on the 45, on their own 45. Got A.J. Brown out by himself on the far side left. Hurts in the gun, takes a snap, fires a shot to A.J. Complete, breaks a tackle and has more space up the field, 35, and pushed out at the 30-yard line. A big play, A.J. Brown. And Pork Chop, you said A.J. Brown scares you. Well, there you go. There's your points. I don't know if that got you officially to the 200 mark, but it's a first down Eagles.
Wow. Really soft coverage here. Pitts is about 10 yards off. There it is. You run a 10-yard hook, and you got to make a tackle on A.J. Brown. He's one of the most physical receivers in the National Football League. Can't do it, especially with a wet field, wet jerseys. And that would be his 8th reception for a $127 tonight. If you had thought that it was going to be a big night from A.J. Brown, you are a smart human being because it was basically a guarantee.
Yep. Love to see it there. Is Gainwell now going to take the handoff up the middle, breaks a tackle before brought down now to 25. Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. 4:45 on the game clock as he keeps on ticking up 14.
Shout out to Stoner, 5 Super Chat. He says, thank you, guys. We appreciate Stoner. Hopefully you figured it out.
Yeah. Yep. We appreciate it. I got the email here too. So
all right, Stoner. We'll get that out.
Absolutely. We will send it, and then I'll send you an update too once we get it officially ordered. We'll give you the tracking information and all that. So
Yep. Thank you. And tune in next week for another one. We're going to be giving more away. Something fun. We'll see what it is.
It's always something new. All right, 2nd and 5. Hurts in the pistol formation. Gainwell behind him. Takes a snap, handoff. Gainwell up left side, tries to get a push, not much, and it'll be maybe a gain of a yard, if anything there. We're going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Let's go Eagle chants are starting to break out here. And now they're showing all the Eagle fans in the crowd. It's amazing how many Kelly Green shirts, too. I mean, the Kelly Green has popped off so much, and everybody's got it on right now.
I love it. Take over the stadium. Times continue to tick. It's 3:38 on the game clock. 3rd and 4. Let's see what they do here. Gainwell still in the game. He's to the left of Hurts in the gun. Bucs showing blitz. Jalen takes the snap over right side. Wide receiver screen to Smith, and it's caught. First down up to the 19 before he's brought down. And it did work. It's you're always skeptical when we've seen that early on, but it did work. He got the first.
3 minutes away, and now they're showing this Eagles schedule, right? You figure you chalk this up for a dub minus some craziness. You got the Commanders who are 2-1, haven't beaten anybody really. The Bills loss is rough. Rams have only scored 6 points right now into the 3rd quarter against the Bengals. At the Jets, who have absolutely no offense. My prediction is by week 6, they'll have a new quarterback. Then you go to Miami, or at home against Miami. We're going to be at that game. That is going to be the week 7 circled matchup and the entire world watching on Sunday Night Football.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be massive. As Hurts fake handoff goes left side, plenty of space up around, and he's going to go down to avoid going out of bounds. So he gets only 2 yards. If he had tried to go, as many yards as he could have got, he probably gotten 5 or 6 instead, but didn't want to go out of bounds. Keep the game clock running at 2:19, and they can just let it run all the way down to the 2-minute warning, which is what it looks like they'll do because the Bucs are not calling timeout.
They're throwing a stat on the screen right now. This is the one flaw tonight has been the red zone performance. Jalen Hurts is 0 for 6 in the red zone tonight, and I think they're 0 for 4 in the red zone right now. That has been the one issue. If you want to kind of encapsulate this win right now, we'll do a short post-game show, nothing crazy at the end tonight. That's been their one issue. Their one issue has been red zone performance. And in a game that's much closer, you got to convert those. In a game where your defense holds the Tampa Bay Bucs to 11 points, you score 25, not that big of a deal. But if you're talking about the main issue right now for Philadelphia, a couple of these turnovers, and you can argue if it's Jalen's fault, you can argue if it's not. Second one was kind of just a good play by the safety. First one seemed like a miscommunication. Sure, that goes on one because he's the one that throws the ball. But other than that, they're running the ball well. They're pass protecting well. They're spreading the ball around very nicely tonight between AJ and Dallas Goedert. Zakia's touchdown catch, Devonta Smith getting involved. Overall, the offense looks like the best we've seen 3 weeks into the season. And defensively, this is a team that could have scared you offensively. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, White the running back. Baker Mayfield been playing well the first 2 weeks. The defense showed up tonight. They gave you a full 4 quarters and have been basically unstoppable, except for that most recent touchdown drive by Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans. That's been the bright spot, and it's been led by Jalen Carter and really Reed Blankenship. They've both been fantastic.
They have, yes, yep, and that's the win that you take away from it. There's always going to be areas that you could improve, and we got comments of Jalen looks slower this year. Granted, I mean, it's flu-like symptoms. I don't think that anyone said 100%. Was there some rust? You mentioned, the turnover, the picks. Yeah, it's probably never going to be perfect,
Sure.
and you could always nitpick to that sense, but you're up 25-11. You might score here. You might just run out the clock, but either way, I mean, for the most part, besides the first, 2 or 3 drives in the game, after that, the Eagles didn't really look back. I mean, it felt like the Birds had control of it for just about the rest. And a lot of it, like you mentioned or alluded to, credit to the defense. They're the ones that only allowed the Bucs to have 100 total yards up until like midway through the third quarter. So, you're going to win a lot of games if you hold teams to 100 yards midway through the third quarter. But yeah, there's always some learning experience. It's still early, but the takeaway, that we always keep saying is, I mean, winning is the most important thing. And that's what Jalen said. If you're 3-0, they brought up the other teams just a second ago, as far as Miami and San Francisco. Dallas took a loss. All the teams in the NFC East took a loss. So it feels like a win and a half, really. You get a win here, you go up against the rest of the division. But so far, 25-11 Monday Night Football game. I'll take that.
Yeah, I totally agree. As we are 2 minutes away from getting win number 3 and starting the Eagles season 3-0 for back-to-back seasons, I think for the first time in a very long time.
As they're showing a wide shot of the stadium, and lots of individuals have left the seats. It appears most likely the vast majority of those are Eagles fans. Not surprising that have stayed.
Come on, punch it in.
There we go. 2nd and 8. Ball on the 17, handoff to Gainwell up the left side. Not much room, and he's brought down after a gain of 1. So it'll be a 3rd and 7, and Swift is not in the game.
They're clearly wanting to rest him in this final drive. Yeah, they don't want him.
You don't have to get him injured. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, he's got.
It's not the most effective runner, but you don't need it. There's a 464 total yards of offense for the Eagles, where it's 174 for the Bucs.
Oh my gosh.
That's a drastic difference.
I like Pregame saying the Eagles not played their best ball, and yet they have 464 yards of offense.
That's scary. That really is scary. Handoff to Gainwell up the middle. They're going to be short of the sticks, about 4th and 2.
Go for it.
And a minute 10 remaining on the game clock.
They are going to go for it. Yeah, they are.
Might as well just in the game. Get the first down in the game.
This is a 14-play drive that's taken 8.5 minutes, the entire fourth quarter almost, after that touchdown by Mike Evans. Holy cow.
It's incredible.
Jeez.
There's 45 seconds left on the game clock. 10 on the play clock now. Jalen in the gun. Gainwell to his right. Bucs have the box stacked. Fake handoff over the middle. A.J. Brown caught. Completion. First down. That's ball game. He's brought down just short of the touchdown. So pork chop, sorry. He says, well, 200 ain't going to get me there. Yeah, just short. But you probably won your matchup. I'm going to assume you won your matchup scoring that much. But first down, A.J. Brown, 9 receptions, 131 yards. Not to toot my own horn, I said 7 for 130. But yeah, we're pretty close. But yeah, you get a win. That's it. 25-11.
Listen to the Eagle fans, man. Listen to the Eagle fans at Raymond James now. That sounds like a home game.
That's awesome. Flu-like symptoms. We'll
3-0.
probably never know, how serious. Jalen, I would imagine, is not going to make that public if he can. But, flu-like symptoms. He didn't play his best. I'm sure he'll say that. But to your point, Troy Aikman said it even. Eagles not playing their best. You put up almost 500 yards of total offense, and you win 25-11 on the road.
There you go. There you go. Philadelphia winners. 3-0, baby. Just like we planned it, just like we drew it up, right? Come on. That was fantastic. What a game.
Exactly.
What a game. Appreciate everybody watching us tonight. Let's wrap it up quick. I know people trying to get to bed. Philadelphia's not played a perfect game, but that was B+ right there. That's as close as you could possibly get. You take away some turnovers, you score more in the red zone. This is a much bigger blowout than the numbers of 25-11 are actually going to say. This team is getting closer and closer to being the dominant team we expected them to be. And honestly, it starts up front with Jalen Carter. I mean, you think back early in this game, he has the quarterback pressure, the quarterback hurry. Right when Philadelphia turns the football over, he then has the punch out of Rachaad White, giving the Eagles a really great field position. Jalen Carter is taking over football games. He's doing it early, he's doing it often, and he's doing it every single week now. It's a matter of time before he gets 2 sacks in a game, before he blows up another play. He, to me, is your MVP, and he, to me, is serious contention for Defensive Rookie of the Year right now.
Oh, gosh, yeah, it has to be. Again, it's like, a lot of times, and we appreciate everyone for joining. I know some people are heading off to bed anyway, so really appreciate all the support, doing it every single week. But go Birds, we're 3-0. But I agree with you. I mean, he's got to be a front runner because of the impact that he makes, not only on the stat sheet, but look at what he does that doesn't get credited for those stats. I mean, you talked about it, but he's a game changer. And the fact that he is able to, not just in the pass rush, because, I think a lot of guys sometimes like, hey, my job is to rush the passer, but you saw it. I mean, he's stopping the run. He's getting double teams. He's part of the reason that there was a safety there. You had to double team and he's still splitting that at the front. So the fact that he can make an impact in so many different ways, I mean, it makes it that much more deadly. And I think it was Derek Gunn, I believe. It may have been someone else. I think it was Derek Gunn, but he was saying, I guarantee you that there's teams already that go into it and they're scheming on how to stop Jalen Carter or how to at least limit him. And to be saying that about a rookie 3 games into his first season here is just incredible. I mean, it just speaks of volumes because of what they're scouting and teams are having to game plan against. But we have so many guys. We got to see Nolan Smith get a quarterback hit, which what I love to see, everyone love to see. We got to see Sidney Brown, who was questionable to return, didn't end up coming back. So hopefully nothing too serious with his injury, but made a great play there. Sidney Brown breaking up a touchdown to Mike Evans. So saw some guys, who hadn't made a whole lot of plays or getting opportunities the first couple weeks, getting in some action here. And I think it's just that much better. You go into the season, the more that you can get this, relying on guys going into later in the season. But yeah, that defense, kudos to them at limiting to under 200 yards of total offense. Phenomenal.
It's what you want in terms of peaking, right? You want to peak at the right time. And like you just said, they haven't peaked yet, but you have 2 more weeks against 2 winnable opponents, although we're not going to write off Washington. Their defense is very good. The Rams are in a dogfight right now with the Bengals. You think maybe Cooper Kupp comes back for that Week 5 game in LA, but you circle that Miami Dolphins game. You and I will be at that game. That feels like the true litmus test, right? How good are you? How good is this defense? And it's going to change in the next couple of weeks, and we got to take it one game at a time, but Philadelphia has a chance right now, like we had said, to get to the bye week with a lead in the NFC East. And with Dallas wetting the bed yesterday against the Arizona Cardinals, the Giants seemingly are, DOA. They're no good. And then Commanders are what the Commanders are. If you win the division, you're guaranteeing yourself a playoff spot. You're guaranteeing yourself a home playoff game. You're trying to win the conference, right? And host playoff games and make sure the 49ers come to you for a rematch of the NFC title game. These wins early on when your team is not firing on all cylinders, where you're trying to get things right against football teams you should beat, go a long, long way to winning a Super Bowl, because we're not going to remember a lot about Week 3 in Tampa, Week 16, Week 17, wild card round of the playoffs, but these do go a long way and make a huge, huge difference. And honestly, let's shout out Sean Desai for a great game. And I think this was Brian Johnson's best play calling game. I think the red zone needs some work. Think back to Nick Sirianni's first season where they struggled in the red zone, didn't struggle last year. There are still improvements to be had, but Philadelphia, they started to look. They started looking the part tonight. They truly started looking the part tonight. You love to see that. Also, Sloppy Joe's Sloppy Show, $5 more series says Scorigami. That score has never happened in NFL history. Fun fact. There you go.
Hey,
25-11. Yeah, that's not a score you would expect to see. Not a score you would expect to see. That is very, very true. Very, very true. All right, we're going to wrap things up here as we end another broadcast. We had way more people than we had the first 2 weeks of the season. Only going up from here, guys. We're trying to give you the best play-by-play experience, the best daily coverage of Philadelphia. We do it together. Both of our channels, make sure to sub, and be sure to stay tuned for next Sunday when we're back for the Washington Commanders game. We appreciate each and every one of you. Good night from Atlanta and from Dallas, where Josh and I are residing. Go Birds. They're 3-0. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
We'll see you. Go Birds.